All right. Good evening, everybody, and happy Monday night. We are getting ready to go racing here for the Side Draft Racing League week number 2 as we are headed to Texas Motor Speedway for, of course, our sponsor, the BSing Sportsbet 250. It's a sports betting podcast on YouTube. They run it throughout football season, and they're going to have all your sports bets, needs, information, etc. So if you are interested in sports and you love podcasts, then BSing Sports Bets is the one for you. You can listen to a group of guys jostle around the YouTube and talk about a few things throughout the season as NFL gets rolling as well as college football. So those guys do a really great job of what they produce for that podcast. So if you're a sports betting podcast guy, it's from Jarrett and Halo. So Halo, one of our drivers, then Jarrett, my co-star broadcaster. He's the other man that runs the sports betting out there for the Sports Bets World podcast. So we are glad to have them sponsor tonight's race. Thank you for them. Their thing to say is, do you like drinking an unhealthy amount of alcoholic beverages with the boys on Fridays? Do you like making egregious football parlays that miss by one? Or what about the obnoxiously yelling, "Go Birds"? Well, this football season, go ahead and hang out with the BSing Sports crew on YouTube. Friday and Friday is our sports betting for the week. Sunday is fantasy football start sit candidates. Monday is their Philly sports recap, and Wednesday they do an NFL weekly recap. So they're going to be doing all the things for sports betting needs throughout this season. We're going to go ahead and get the pre-race show started. We've got the booth, I believe, getting set up here now. I don't know if my co-stars are with me. I think I'm joined by Bubba. Bubba, are you there? You got a copy?
What up, Andy? I'm here, buddy.
Yes, sir. How are you doing? Hope you're doing good tonight.
Good, good, man. I missed you last week,
I know I missed
but
you as well. I'm excited for some racing here at Texas. I was getting us rolling into our pre-race show for everything that we've got. So as always, I like to feature our drivers in our roster. Hang on, let me clear up that screen for the folks watching at home. That way they can focus on our driver roster. So we've got the same guys we had last week. You know, Terry Vincent, Justin Day, Miglin, Mackey, Bernhardt, Mummel, Danny Jackson, Bryce Keegan, Tyler Smith. A field full of drivers tonight. So shout out to your favorite driver. We're going to be talking about a lot of these guys throughout the night and throughout the season. We've got a lot of names up there. It's going to be hard to read them all. We've got to condense our pre-race show a little bit due to some errors on the admin side getting the session started. So we are starting a little bit later than I would have liked to, but we're going to roll into it. And then, of course, we've got the teams. I don't know, Bo, did you watch that first week at Daytona? Missed you in the booth last week.
oh yeah, I got to rewatch it. Teams are starting to shape up. We seen in the preseason, we seen in the shootout. These guys are
Yes, sir.
looking good, and some of the ones that are high performing out of week one is going to be American Motorsports, dude, at 147 points. We got Sky Motorsports behind them at 124. And we've
Ooh.
got Hollywood Performance Racing at 114. So definitely some good team racing going on, and these dudes are only gonna get better and more dialed in as they go. Their cohesion's gonna get better, and it's gonna be very interesting for sure. And this track's gonna be tough on them. I think and it's gonna be not like a super speedway, but we're gonna have to watch pit strategies and everything a lot closer tonight uh, for the team aspect, I believe.
Yeah, for sure. Looking at our points standings kind of from, week one at Daytona, we did see a good group outing from Hollywood, America, and Sky, but again, congratulations to Keith Fallon for getting that win and Chris Mackey for sweeping the stages. Mackey didn't have the best end result, but that stage sweep gave a huge boost for his points. As you
Oh yeah.
can see from that graphic there on screen to those watching at home, we've got a couple guys tied for the second spot right behind Keith. A lot of guys kind of scattered throughout the top few spots that had top tens but didn't score stage points, and then some guys that got a lot of stage points that kind of fell down into the rankings. So something we're going to be talking about every week is obviously our winners and losers from every single race. Obviously, the big winner, Chris Mackey last week with those. I wouldn't say surprise, but the two stage wins at a super speedway is something not to bat an eye at when you can execute at that level on the big track.
Oh yeah, that's huge. It is. That is a huge advantage, especially start off season like that and get two stage wins in one race. No doubt. Definitely helped them seeing them. top of the points and definitely a big key contributor to his team as well.
Yes, sir. And then Keith Fallen got the win done. I'm not surprised. He was on pole for the preseason shootout, and then he went out last week late in the race, executed, got the win done. So I wasn't really surprised from, the number 40 Hollywood Performance Racing driver to go get that first win of the season, get himself locked into the playoffs, get a little playoff points under his belt. But then the one that had kind of the tough start to the day and made a big comeback was Tyler Smith. He got in an incident early where they got a black flag on pit road, came back out of the track, had contact, got 2 laps down, and Tyler clawed his way back into the top 3 at the end of the race, almost put himself in position to win. It was almost the pure Cinderella story, but man, it was something not to bat an eye at for Tyler Smith. It was a really good overall day that he capitalized on after having a bad start in stage 1, so hopefully he gets off firing on all cylinders tonight and gets stage points and capitalize and maybe take over the points lead if he can.
It was fun watching him when I was rewatching it. To watch him move through the field like he did late in that race, it was like, holy smokes, he is moving with a purpose, and that was really fun to watch as well, as long as the rest of the race.
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
Once he kind of got back on the lead lap, he wasn't afraid to use the high side, and be one of the guys that stood out up there and worked really well. But now we're going to talk about, obviously, the losers from Daytona. We've got the big 3 involved in the wrecks were Austin Guerrero, Dennis Orff, and Jonathan Day. All their days were hurt big time from what they were involved in early, and that brought them towards the bottom of our point sheet. Jason Rushing down there didn't attend the race, I believe. I can't remember if he was there or not, just because he's down at the bottom of points, and we didn't talk about him much last week. So I think he did miss week 1. And then a few others that kind of, in my eyes, had bad days, were Terry Vincent and Brian Matthews. Matthews a little bit better of a day. He's tied for 7th in points, but when you score the 2nd most stage points and you're not even in the top 5 conversation, that's something to be a little concerned about.
Yeah, it's not terrible, first race of the season, but definitely disappointed. I'm sure in their eyes, not to say they can't bounce back, and we got one season ahead of us, and they're going to be fun to watch. But, I guarantee you that today is going to be fun to watch. There's going to be a lot of action, I think, in this one, and I'm not surprised if those guys bounce back again this week, and
yes, sir.
Show us what they got.
Yeah, they gotta make a little bit of comeback. Everybody that were the big losers at Daytona, and then the other thing we need to look at is the naughty list. Something we're going to be looking at after our races. These guys get reviewed, and they get penalties based off of their actions on the racetrack. So you see, there's 3 people with -1 and red by their name. That is Daniel Miglin, Bryce Keegan, and Travion Drake. This isn't an accurate representation. Bryce got a penalty for an incident on pit road, but won his appeal, so it wasn't a penalty strike against him. But for Miglin and Travion Drake, they did end up on the naughty list after week 1 at Daytona, so hopefully they can keep it clean here tonight, not get back on that list as we get rolling into this week. And then, as always, something I make is our power rankings after every single week. We're going to be doing something extra outside of the points, so I promise I will improve this graphic. I know it's just a snippet, right? But, Keith Fallen, obviously, number 1. Bryce Keegan, number 2. Chris Mackey, 3rd. Justin Mummel, 4th. And Daniel Miglin rounding out the top 5 of those rankings right now. And I think those are the guys, again, to look at tonight. Keith Fallen, he's going to be a force, I think, in a 1.5-mile track at Texas.
I also think that, dude. I know we got a little insight, last night, and dude, that boy is fast.
He is very fast.
He is going to be up there tonight. He is if he keeps it clean, stays out of the wrecks. Watch out. But
yeah, for sure.
Another one there is Stephen Blevins and Wesley Biggs down there at 6 and 7. They're also going to be fast.
Yes, sir.
Guy that we haven't talked about much. Even in the pre-race shootout, we said that he was real quiet. Came up, worked his way in top 10 multiple times. Was that Michael Prince? Man, he's been very below the radar, and like,
He's a
but he's up there
silent
in
killer.
points. He's up there. Yeah, he's up there in
He's
points. He's up there in power ranking. Dude,
he's
watch out.
lurking. He's lurking his way to try and make himself make more noise this week. I think he is a good driver to have on the radar. It's really tricky for us as broadcasters to judge this race going into it tonight. We have not seen these guys really race on a 1.5 mile oval, yet alone one that is as tricky as Texas. The track temp tonight is scorching. If you are not aware, it is going to be really, really hot for these guys out on the racetrack. I think it's what, plus 120 is our track temp looking at it. It's 82
Brother.
degrees. Yeah, it's 119 degree track temperature. So it's going to be loose. You can see in the
Oh, she gonna.
background there's guys wrecking off of turn number 2. I think it's going to be a very tricky night to be successful here at Texas. So
Oh yeah.
hopefully some of these guys can kind of, get it figured out.
It's gonna be slick. It's gonna be slick. It might cool down a little bit, help these guys a little bit, but it's gonna be a long race, and tires are gonna be huge. We don't have to look at that in super speedways, but tires are gonna be huge in here in Texas. So and it's gonna be interesting. Hopefully these guys just kind of get in a groove first. Let the track cool down, and then hammer it home.
Yes,
But
sir. For
we
sure.
got to,
Well,
like I said, we got to play with it last night, and it was slick for sure.
someone that we talked about that I want to bring up into the booth. Uh-oh, it looks like he ran away from me. Is Wesley Biggs. I wanted to do a little ride along with him. Hopefully he can hit up my radio. Wesley, it's Andy and Brett in the booth. Do you got us for a copy there?
Hey guys, how are y'all?
We're doing
What's up,
good.
Biggs?
You are a driver that we want to highlight after last week and maybe do a little ride along if you're able to take us out on the racetrack for a lap or two. I don't know if you're on the track right now or not, but
No, it just disconnected and rejoined it again. The game's
oh
some kind of
no.
network error, and I was like, oh, we're not doing this tonight.
Uh-oh. Well, sorry about the bad luck there, but you were a guy that I saw working really well at Daytona up in the draft and just couldn't, finish and execute at the end of the race. But tonight, you're faced with a totally new challenge at a 1.5 miles. What are you expecting going into Texas with this 120 degree track temperature out there?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing at Texas, you guys know you have to take care of tires. So I'm really hoping that a lot of the drivers get out there and just want to go full punch the first, 25, 30 laps, so I can just lay back and just let them take care of themselves and then start working my way up front.
Yes, sir, for sure. Your team
That is
looked
my plan.
pretty solid. I believe you're with America Motorsports. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's correct.
Yeah, America Motorsports. We were talking about your team in our pre-race show, and we were like, wow, America showed up and showed out at the Super Speedway. I'm curious to see your guys' teamwork on a 1.5 miles and how it's different than the first preludes to the season and what you guys are able to do tonight.
Yeah, Chris Mackey's pretty good at 1.5 miles, so he's usually typically pretty good at Kansas, so I'm hoping that I can just follow Chris and maybe I can lead my way home.
Yes, sir. You getting any luck getting back into the race session?
I'm trying to keep saying something about network error, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. I got 15 minutes.
All right,
So,
well, I'll tell you what. We're going to go ahead and put you back with your team so that way you can chat with them and get your network stuff figured out. If we see you get back into practice, we'll pull you back up into the booth and try and get you in here for a little hot lap and an interview. Otherwise, hopefully you get it figured out, and we'll talk to you soon.
sweet. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
All right, that was Wesley Biggs that we heard from. That's bad luck. That's always not fun when you got to deal with the network stuff. Hopefully he can get it figured out so we can talk to him. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at our scoring tower, see who's up at the top of the times, and would you look at that? It's the number 40 of Keith Fallen out there right now. We'll see if we can
Called it.
take a look at where that driver is, if he's still doing laps. Yes, there he is, and that number 40 looks like he's got a pretty good hot rod. Ripping that bottom line, looking good in practice. We've got about 15 laps to go. For those of you that don't know that are watching at home, we did a practice race last night, and the broadcasters jumped in and raced against some of these guys. And I'll tell you what, Keith is hard to keep up with. That dude is fast.
I guarantee it. He was cranking. I mean, I was running, and I didn't get to run Texas very much, and it was slick, and I was trying to learn it. But boy, he was. 3 and 4, he is just so fast. He is so fast through 3 and 4. I couldn't even keep up with him. I'm not even gonna lie. and that's why they get paid the big bucks to do this.
Yeah, he was looking pretty darn good out there on the racetrack, and man, he was ripping it. So I think Keith is going to be a guy to watch. Look at that, Ryan McClure, the second. Didn't see him on the track last night, but now he's making a little bit of noise. For you folks at home, we're going to pause for a quick break. I'm going to go ahead and fix a quick audio issue to make sure that you guys can hear me and Brett without the cars screaming in the background. So give me about 30 seconds to get that action back to you as quickly as possible. All right, that should be fixed. Now you guys should be able to hear me and Brett a lot better at home if you're watching. Hopefully I got that audio issue fixed. You got a copy now, Brett? There we go.
Yes,
We should
sir.
be. I had forgot that I had turned my in-game audio way through the roof up, and I was listening. I was like, man, those cars are loud. And then you were talking, and I was looking at the slider, and I was like, I hope people can hear, but otherwise it's gonna be hard to listen. But
Yes, sir.
luckily we had a little bit of a pre-race check there for sound, as we are seeing some new players at the front. Brian Bozick in the Halo's Optimal Racing machine. And speaking of Halo's Optimal Racing, he should be running a paint scheme for BS Sports for their podcast. Looks like he's got a pretty cool hot rod out there set up with their podcast logo on the hood. It's tonight's sponsor for the race. You can see Halo's car. It looks pretty nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. He's got that paint scheme thing down for sure. He's got some good ones. I know the whole Halo's Optimal Racing has got some pretty clean paint schemes. So I'm not even gonna say that it's not the best paint scheme out there, but I think
Ooh.
it's one of the best ones.
One of the best ones, huh? Yeah, the whole team kind of runs a theme. Someone else that pointed out their team is running a theme tonight was Tyler Smith. I'll have to see where his race car is out on the track. I don't know if he's set a time yet at all. He has. Don't see the hood here from my view, but it looks like they're all running a team-themed Alani energy drink paint scheme tonight. Should be Tyler Smith, Ryan Castleberry. Ooh, we got a little color contrast there between the two. A little yellow. Then we got a little nighttime themed. And then I believe their third teammate, Austin Norris. Or maybe Guerrero, I think is their third teammate. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember here. Maybe it is. Yes, there it is. It's Austin Guerrero. There's the blue Alani paint scheme. So that's pretty neat.
Oh, yeah.
They're all running like a team theme as well. I don't know. I like the Halo Optimal Racing, but I like those energy drink cars. Those kind of pop.
Those do kind of pop. Sometimes you need a little brightness in our lives, you know?
I like that. Well, Keith Fallen, he pointed out his paint scheme. I believe it's a business. It is. It's Prince Automotive Group is the paint scheme that he's running. We'll go ahead and take a look at them all. Then you've got Brian Bozick, Halo's Optimal Racing. Ryan McClurg, looks like he's running a Pets for Vets paint scheme. Terry Vincent, copying a little bit of our boy Carson Hostevar with a Ride the Dente. Halo, we've talked about with his sports betting scheme. Then you've got the All Day Racing. I forgot All Days. They all run the same All Day scheme. You've got Daniel Miglin. Kind of tricky to see what's going on from his car. Looks like something a little flashy, but can't really make out the logos. Maybe it's just not loading right for some reason. Chris Mackey, the Napa Auto Parts. I think he's a big Chase Elliott fan. Then we've got, let's see, Josh Westendorf out there running Heat Wave Racing. Noel McClurg and the Dr. Peppy. Bryce Keegan in the wall, Halo Optimal Racing. John Day running the All Day. Brian Matthews, little Texaco throwback. Prince and a Tide throwback. So a lot of paint schemes out there tonight. So pretty wicked, dude, to see all the guys' takes on what they like to run on their race cars and everything. And I believe we're joined now by our third broadcaster tonight. It's Jared.
What is going on, everybody?
Holy smokes,
What
it's a
up?
party in the booth. Can you believe it? All three of us for the first time together for a race. Of course, at
Oh my.
Jarrett's favorite track and your tonight's sponsor. And did everything go good?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Big news for everybody watching. I just got engaged
Woo,
after
Jarrett!
a
Oh.
Atta
5-year
boy!
relationship.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
Congrats,
Special
raise
night
the
for
glass.
everybody.
Oh, buddy, your favorite track. You're putting it all on the racetrack. Now you just need your best buddy Halo to go get the win. No pressure for him, right?
I know it. If he's repping the BSing Sports Bets logo, and we're gonna need him to do something here tonight.
Well, I talked a little bit about BSing Sports, so the rest of the ads, I'll let you just rip it and talk about BSing Sports.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
reading what you put in
absolutely.
our notes to kind of do the best that I could, and I was like, once Jarrett gets here, I know he's got more insights, but congrats, dude. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
thank
super
you, thank
exciting. Big step for
That's
you and
up.
your now fiance, so that's great. Great news
Oh,
to
yeah.
hear. So, holy smokes. Wow. It's got me ecstatic. Now I'm pumped.
Dude, big night. Big night.
Big
Big
night.
night.
Big night for Side Draft Racing League, as we've got a big race coming your way, 250 miles, 167 laps, and the 120-degree track temp Texas heat. As Keith Fallon is the fastest in practice, Brian Bozick is second, Ryan McClurg third, Terry Vincent fourth, Halo. Your boy is in fifth. Would you look at that? Running some fast times out there on the racetrack.
Oh yeah. Don't call it a comeback.
No, but we're seeing a few guys working up the order that are a little different. Terry Vincent, he's in the top 5. Not a guy that, had the strongest week, was involved in a couple of wrecks at Daytona. So hopefully if he's got good long run speed, besides that short run speed, he'll be able to stay up there and maybe get some points and make some noise tonight. Austin Guerrero, he's running 7th in that number 45 Alani Toyota for, I believe, Highline Racing's team. He's looking the fastest of his teammates. Daniel Miglin up there as well, putting some burners down. I'm excited.
Sir. Matt, you got Chris Mackey and Prince right there too. Our Prince gonna be our underdog, dude. Our quiet, stealthy ninja that's gonna slowly work his way up there, dude. He's just the silent killer right now, I think. I'm gonna keep my eye out on him for sure. For sure.
We'll go ahead and show some of our drivers' profiles and their images. Of course, Keith. We've seen his picture before from Tifton. We've got Brian Bozick. He's got the apple for his picture out there. Ryan McClurg. Needs to update. Terry Vincent. He's got his stuff showing. Halo with his logo. Justin Day rolling into All Day Racing number 3. He's cracking up there in the times tonight. Austin Guerrero from Lima. Don't know the state, but his hometown is Lima. Or Lima. I believe, are we still saying Keith's name wrong? Because he corrected us last night, didn't he?
He did yell at us last night just a little bit.
Isn't it? It's Keith
Fallon.
Fallon. It is Keith.
Not
Keith
Fallon.
Fallon. I am so sorry,
got you,
Keith.
Keith.
I was doing it and I remembered. I was like, I saw Keith's name and I was like, I said that wrong again. It is not Keith Fallon. For anybody that's a Keith fan, it is Keith Fallon. So, for your points leader and fastest man on track, we hope to say his name right the rest of the season, just like you, Brian Bozick. We won't butcher that one anymore either. Danny
Yeah, speak for
Jackson.
yourself. There's a good shot. I really do butcher that one again. Sorry, Brian.
Danny Jackson with a quick time, making his way inside the top 10. He's 6th, but he's still a quarter second off of Keith in the top spot. Everybody's going to be, I fear, chasing Keith tonight. I think that might be the theme here. Do you think he's going to put on like a Kyle Larson type show and lead every lap?
I do. I think after watching him in last night's performance, we're going to assume that he would have won a Friday and Saturday showing, and here we are Sunday, ready to watch him lead this whole race.
Oh boy, yeah. Keith is going to be a man we talk about all night, but I hope that the boys put Keith under pressure, because something we did learn last night that these drivers are going to face as they are rolling around this racetrack is, oh my gosh, we got guys wrecking on the backstretch, but it's going to be the tire temperature and controlling your car through the slides. Turn 1 and 2 is a big challenge. It has a super high arc on the exit of the corner. So if we watch here, Justin Mummel will try and find a driver that's kind of making their way into turn number 1 so our fans can see it at home. But as these cars go into turn 1, you have all of this room up on your exit of the corner to kind of have to save the race car. But then when you make your way into turn 3 and 4, there's a big bump in the middle of the corner, and then your exit, there's pretty much no space compared to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. They're complete opposites. Look at the exit of 3 and 4. That wall comes right at you. You have no room as you get into the tri-oval, so you have all the room in the world to try and make your passes off 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, you kind of got to tidy it up.
Yeah, that's as a Texas resident, we used to call that the Widowmaker for Jeff Gordon. It
The
took him 20
Widowmaker.
years to win it. It took him 20 years to win at this track, if not longer, because man,
Holy
turn
cow.
3 and 4 just gets him every time. So if Jeff Gordon struggles at this track, I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of struggles tonight.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of guys having contact with the wall, sliding. I hope we can get more green flag laps in than we anticipate, but if I had to look in my magical crystal ball, I would predict a minimum for you BSing sports vets people. Let's set the line for the over-under for cautions at 8. Or sorry, 7.5, because we have to have a correct sport bet line there.
Thank you. I'm taking the over. I'm hammering the over right now. If you watch
Ooh.
BSing Sports, you know we are hammering that over.
All right. The over.
Over?
The over. I think I'm going to... 7.5 is a tough line, because we can see that very quickly, or if these guys can serve, it might take a while.
Yeah, well, it was... You're going to take the under? It was our very own Stephen Blevins, I believe, or Chris Fallon, one of the two that we were racing with last night, that said we expect heavy cautions early and then it should clean up about midway through the race. So I want to see if his prediction's correct, where it's just going to be a nightmare for the first 30 laps of this track.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's going to kind of bounce back and forth. You know, what we saw last week at Daytona with this specific field was the cautions created more cautions. When there was problems and then we had restarts, it caused a lot more issues on the racetrack. These guys haven't done many races together as a group. They're not used to each other. They don't know who to give the space to, so it's kind of like, who am I going to, give a little more leeway that I know is quicker than me on those restarts. So I think that's going to be something we start to see as we progress through tonight in the season.
Of course, and then just these cars coming out of turn 2 that are sliding all over the track. I mean, if you can slide like that when you're single file and save it and only lose a couple of seconds, but if you're too wide, I mean, you're taking out, a good chunk of cars right there. So I understand where the caution breeds more cautions.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be interesting, to say the least, because you only have one fast repair, which means you go down pit road, you get your damage on your race car. Basically, all these drivers tonight get one freebie of, I can instantly repair my car. Anything after that one freebie is going to be, well, crap, I've got to sit here and potentially wait for 5 minutes for my car to be back to normal. And sometimes it might be worth sitting there for the 5 minutes if there's so many cautions, because you can probably get all those lap back, like from the lucky dog if you're lucky enough. That's why it's a lucky dog.
I agree.
Lucky dog.
I think if I crash early, I'm going to sit and wait it out. Sorry to my teammates, but I mean, if you know that there's going to be a lot more cautions, I'd rather have that pocketed late in race just in case something does happen that's out of my control. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of cars hold that free fast repair.
Yes, for sure. So looking at tonight, we're week 2 at Texas. It's 167 laps. Stage number 1 is at the end of lap 45. Stage number 2 is the end of lap 95. And then we have the long stretch of stage number 3 to go all the way to the end in this one. So, stage 1, you could make it, I think, with just a little bit of gas and go. Same strategy, stage 2, and then stage 3. That's what I'm using those tires. That's what I'm putting on as many sets of tires as I can.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you're going to need them in that long stretch, because tires can be everything. And it's that final stage, everybody's going to be pushing it a little more. That's where you're going to want the grip to make them passes. And yeah, so I would definitely play it smart in the first, try to tire save. And hopefully the thing stays green in the beginning there. That way you can tire save and not to worry about it. And press it in that stage 3.
Yes, for sure. Well, it looks like now, looking at our weather outlook, there's some overcast that has moved in before qualifying starts. The track has cooled down about 15 degrees. It's down to about 85-ish, and now it reset down to 85. It's going to warm up through the session. Every session in iRacing, something that you might not know is a lot of those guys that wait for qualifying, you need to go right away. The track temp resets, and it's going to heat back up. So right now, track temperature is 85 degrees, 80 degrees outside with overcast. So if you're trying to set a lap, you need to go right now.
Yeah, you need to put it to the wall. Don't worry about them tires. Just warm them up first lap. Get as
Speaking of
much heat
getting
to
out
them
of
tires.
speaking of getting out of the pits quick, Bryce Keegan's already out of the turn-in, and he's starting his lap immediately. I think he understands that.
Yeah, Bryce does understand the assignment. He understands the urgency. He is getting out there and getting after it for his first lap. We're going to go ahead and maybe see what Bryce can do, as he is one of the first guys out on the racetrack to start his qualifying run.
Oh, young buck out
The
there
young
putting
buck.
her down.
One of the top drivers in our power rankings, your preseason shootout winner, the kid who doesn't have a driver's license, our 12-year-old Bryce Keegan. No, he hit the wall! He spun off turn number 2 and he hit the wall. He's going to have to flip, reset, and go for another lap. That brings us to the number 69 of Nolan McClurg, making his way off of turn number 2, as now he's going to try and be the guy to set the first time here at Texas. But it looks like Brian Bozick beat him to it with a 29.91.
Also out there trying to.
Oh, McClurg
Just
hit the
left
wall off
out
of
there.
4.
Oh,
That's going to
And
hurt.
Brian Bozick running a 29.905. That is fast. He
Looking
only
at-
ran a 29.896 in practice, probably with some pushers. Doing this in qualifying, that is impressively fast.
Well, your provisional pole sitter, Brian Bozick, looking at his second lap, he had a huge crash. He's got damage on the front end of that race car. And now we see Orff go second in the times. So Brian unable to set a second lap time. That's going to give Orff the ability here to try and snag pole from his teammate on his second lap.
say teammates up there. Halo's Optimal Racing. Quick today.
Bryce will have another chance once he gets that car reset. We're looking at Halo making his way off turn number 4. Is he going to beat his teammate Bryce for the top spot? Did he improve? No, it does not look like he did. So, or not Bryce, I mean Brian. He's still in the top spot. Terry Vincent, he set a quick time in that Chili's ride, the Dente Chevrolet. He's making his way off turn number 4. Little slide there into the tri-oval. Dead even. 0.00. Are you kidding me?
You, buddy.
That is identical times for the top spot. Let's take a look at the man with the plan. Keith Fallon, the guy we've been talking about all pre-race, setting his lap.
Got really good control of that car. Just watching him versus some of the other drivers, that car is just planted underneath that wheel.
Yeah, he's got a good understanding of where the limit is for the grip, and it makes him fast. He knows exactly what to do in every corner, where to get back into the throttle, as we are watching Keith Fallon paint a picture on this Mona Lisa qualifying-esque lap as he makes his way off turn number 4 to challenge Bozick. And it looks like it's only going to be good enough for 4th.
Well, that was his first lap though, but his practice time was 29.877, and that's
He's
that will
bailing
have
out.
the pole. Is he bailing out?
He's
Yeah,
bailing
that's all
out.
he's doing.
So it looks like, as of now, Brian Bozick is going to be your
Right.
provisional pole.
Yes, sir.
The kid, Brian, from Wisconsin. Are you kidding me? Practice makes
And guess-
perfect.
Oh, Ryan.
Guess who's sitting right behind him on the restart?
His teammate, number 89 of Orff.
Flashbacks. Bryce Keegan's not too far back there too, so that'd
I'm
be
unable
something
to
to look out for.
see our session timer, but it looks like from my point of view, I don't see anybody really challenging on the racetrack. Castleberry, don't think he's set a lap. We've got Jonathan Day making a lap right now, but it looks like he's slowing that thing down, pulling it down pit road. Castleberry is got that Alani Chevrolet planted into the outside wall. So as of now, Brian
That is
Bozick.
it. We've only got about 15 seconds left of qualifying, so if you're not actively coming across that tri-oval, this is it. So this is our lineup.
Well, that means if your name's Brian Bozick, then you know where you're going to come right now. You're going to come into the booth for an interview. Let's get him up here. I got him.
You got him?
Brian Bozick. Looks like you are going to be our pole sitter tonight. Oh my gosh, I got so excited. I can't even talk, buddy. Congratulations on the pole.
Thank you, thank you. I know I can thank Halo for some of the tweaks that I made, and yeah, now I'm sitting on the pole.
Yeah, that's fantastic, dude. You got a 29.905, the fastest lap. You beat Terry Vincent by 0.006 of a second, just so you're aware.
I was watching that and I was like, oh, I hope I get the pole, just because I know it's going to be a wreck fest out here. Seeing as in practice, 1 and 2, everyone was struggling out of. I mean, I was struggling out of it too. About to see if I can keep it sticking and see if everyone else can.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hopefully you can have a good, clean night for yourself and your team. We're wishing you the best. Good luck working with your teammates. Go get one, buddy, and hopefully we can hear from you more throughout the night.
I will, and you know what, Andy? I'll make you proud, rather
Oh.
than what happened at Donut Box.
All right. Well, I put you on a little bit of a pressure show last night, so maybe I taught you something in school. So go get it, buddy.
Maybe. I'll try. Thank you.
Good luck, Brian.
All right. Well, that's Brian Bozick, your pole sitter. Holy smokes. Good for him. Him and I had a little bit of a clash at Kansas in the trucks last night, fighting for a win. And I got him on a restart with a set of extra tires. But we're going to go ahead and look at our starting grid as these guys are getting ready to roll here in the BSing Sports Bets 250 at Texas. So Brian Bozick sharing the front row with Terry Vincent. Then you've got Halo and Keith Fallon in the second row. Michael Prince, Nolan McClurg starting in row number 3. Josh Westendorf and Bryce Keegan, row number 4. Justin Day, Ryan McClurg in row number 5.
Yes, sir. Dude,
So from there, we've got Daniel Miglin coming in at the 11th spot. Brian Matthews in the 12. Austin Guerrero sitting in the 13 spot. Jonathan Day the second, or I assume just his second account. Jonathan Day sitting in the 14 spot. Ryan Castleberry, one of the admins of this league, sitting P15. Chris Mackey sitting P16. Tyler Cadd in that 17 spot. Stephen Blevins in that 18 spot. Brian Day in the 19th. Tyler Smith in the 20th, another admin spot. And then we'll let you do the rest of them here, Bubba.
Danny Jackson's the P21. We got Austin Norris in outside lane 22. We got Justin Mummel, last week's sponsor, for Mummel's Lawn Care at 23. And then that should round up the field, I believe.
Yeah, I accidentally joined as a driver and not a viewer, so it is going to score me, but I'll be a lot of laps down, so you fans at home, don't worry. I don't suck that bad. But we're going to get ready to go racing.
Is Wesley Biggs. We cannot forget Wesley Biggs. He decided that he knows that this is going to be a wreck fest. It looks like he decided to not qualify, and he'll be sitting in that P24 spot.
Yeah, we
You
talked
know who did that
to
last night?
Wesley pre-race, and we don't know if he was able to get into the session, so hopefully he can kind of get joined up, and we can see him racing.
Yep, we've got his 64 car out on the track right now, and he is ready to go.
Well, good, Wesley. We're glad you made the race. We tried to do a pre-race interview with you. Hopefully we can get one with you next week. But right now we are getting ready to go here at Texas. 45 lap stage 1. The pace car is off. The number 27 Halo's Optimal Racing Chevrolet of Brian Bozick's going to lead him into the Geico restart zone. The green flag is out for the BSing Sports Bets 250 at Texas Motor Speedway.
Boogie boogie boogie. Let's go racing, baby.
Woohoo!
Week 2. Side Drive Racing League.
Bozick and Orff working the bottom as they make their way into turn number 1. Terry Vincent on the outside, a row back. He's got a good run. Michael Prince looking to challenge in that tied number 31 Chevrolet as they are 2x2. Getting a big challenge now on the inside from his teammate as Halo and Bozick are side by side off turn number 4 into the tri-oval.
It really surprises me right there that they just didn't stick together down in beside each or behind each other and just try to pull away from this rest of this field real quick. But just kind of get there's 3 wide coming out of 2.
Yeah, it looks like Orff lost a lot of momentum on the bottom. Michael Prince made a huge move to get down there and get a run ahead of them. Michael Prince off of turn number 4 is going to snag the lead from Bozick as they make their way into the tri-oval. Looks like a lot of these guys are struggling on their braking point into turn number 1. So now it is running Prince, Bozic, Vincent, Orf, and then Keith Fallen now creeping his way into the top 5. Fallen's a sniper looking to make up some lost time in qualifying.
Here he comes. He's coming. They're all bunched up right now, and I think the traffic's gonna be, everybody's gonna be not used to taking the high line in practice or something. If they didn't practice that, now they got to work around some other cars if they're being faster or not. But it's about to shape up.
100%. Michael Prince running that bottom line. Bozic is trying to find a little bit of clean air off the top and then work the bottom side, maybe get a run down the backstretch as he is trying to still challenge for that lead. So far, we are about 4.5 laps into this race. We're tidy and we're green. The field's kind of strung out single file behind the leaders, but we are not going to go away from them as we've got a great 2-car battle out front.
Yeah, and back to what we were talking about the first lap and a half with the Halos Optimal Racing. I wonder if they just have different preferences on taking this track. As difficult as it is, do you really want to put yourself in a weird position or a line that you're not used to help your teammate this early in the race?
Yeah, it looks like they were kind of jostling for position early. I don't think they were trying to hurt each other. I think it was just the tires were cold. A few guys got the draft from a couple rows back, and it shuffled them around more than they wanted to be. So it made it tricky for them to get a control on the restart. But it's valuable information to have later in the race if they can get lined up like that again.
Well, yeah, for sure. That's what. It's gonna settle in here a little bit. They got some heat to these tires now. Some people are going to start pushing a little bit. There's somebody got loose off of coming out of 2, so that's slowly going to start happening. People are going to start getting frustrated behind people and start maybe pushing, trying to come out of 2, and coming out of 2 is real slick. We all know.
Yes, so far as they're working single file up front, Michael Prince, your biggest mover inside the top 5, biggest mover working his way into the top 10 is going to be the number 4 of Daniel Miglin, as we see him make a great pass on the inside of Nolan McClurg. Miglin is up 4 spots, as well as your leader, Michael Prince. Miglin is working through traffic, trying to make his way towards the front.
And we just had a wall scrape, a pretty nasty wall scrape by Ryan Castleberry. No caution was thrown as he was the only car collected, but he definitely lost 10, 20 spots. It looks like he's about to go to the back of the pack now.
Yeah, we can see Ryan Castleberry has definitely fallen off the pace as his teammates are around him. I don't think that's planned. I think they're just struggling a little bit for grip at the moment. Looks like Castleberry is going to continue to get railroaded by the field as he is still going in the wrong direction. He is trending down 6 spots. Teammate Austin Guerrero for him is also down 9 spots. So Highline Racing, bad start for the first 10 laps here at Texas, as we're going to go ahead and look back at your leaders as Michael Prince is starting to extend that lead on Bozic a little bit.
And if you're Ryan Castleberry with some pretty extensive front right damage and you're just getting railroaded by the track, why not go and park it for a couple of minutes and try to get that fixed?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I would maybe consider that, but with such a short stage 1, it's only 45 laps. Time is of the essence to just stay on the lead lap at the moment.
I think with that, as much damage as on that fender, I think there's probably got to be some wheel damage in there too, and that ain't going to be fun going around this track. It can't be, for sure.
No, the wear on that front right is going to get tore up. And if he's already struggling in turn 2, it's only going to get worse and amplified.
100%. We're watching right now the battle for the second spot between Terry Vincent, Brian Bozic, and Keith Fallen. Vincent was able to get by Bozic, maybe trying to run down Prince for the lead, as we are now seeing Keith working towards the back of the number 27 Ford of Bozic, as well as Orf. Looks like Orf may have had an issue off of 2, was a little bit of slow pace there and lost some time, but top 5 kind of staying consistent, what we would expect, and a lot of shuffling going on within the top 10.
Yeah, and Terry Vincent, somebody we don't give his flowers to enough. I think the last couple of races he's done incredibly well, incredibly competitive. He just, unfortunate circumstances of getting caught up in other people's crashes have taken him out of a couple of these races.
Yeah, he had some bad moments at Daytona early on in our first week event. He had some big damage, kind of got him caught up, but tonight he's looking a lot better on the 1.5-mile style racetrack, working his way well inside the top 5, challenging for potentially the top spot. But we're seeing a pretty good battle here for second, with a lot of these guys you can see maybe moving their line to get cleaner air, maybe find a way to catch the car in front, but Michael Prince is definitely enjoying the view out front with nobody in front of him, and he can just run a happy line and let that car eat.
And all of that clean air in front of him. He's just letting it go through his, gorgeous locks of hair and just, sitting there enjoying all of that clean air in front of him leading this pack.
100%.
Yes, sir. No pressure, no getting bumps from behind, no have to worry about pushing it into, one and coming out of too hard. He's just running his line. It's working. So keep doing his thing.
Yeah,
Try
so
to
we're-
save the tires a little bit.
You got to give him props. That Slurpee car is awesome. I don't know who did the paint for that, if it was him or somebody else, but that 31 paint job is awesome.
Vincent getting into the wall down the backstretch. Bozic now got back to his inside. He's going to go ahead and re-challenge for the number 2 spot. Bozic's looking really good now on the inside. If you get stuck on the high side, like we talked about in pre-race in turn 3 and 4, there's a big bump there that's going to slow you down, not let you to get the power down, and then you have that wide arcing corner into turn number 1 with a lot of room to make Dale Jr.'s favorite pass, and that is the slide job.
Yeah, that bump in the middle of 3 and 4 is wicked. I mean, it is, and that's the thing. If you're used to it, you're used to it. But
oh, a little bit of contact there between Bozic and Vincent. Vincent sideways.
Vincent saved it.
Great save by Vincent.
And
but
now
Keith
Keith Fallon's going underneath. Yep.
Keith Fallon is going to make his way into the second spot after the moment there between Bozic and Vincent. And now it looks like the number 89 of Orff is going to work his way, as now we've got a 3-wide battle off of turn number 2 for spot number 2. Vincent again into the outside wall. Bozic panics, runs down into his teammate as they work down the backstretch. Or sorry, that was Fallon that panicked. It's hard to kind of differentiate between all of the dark-colored race cars. But Bozic's going to take the second spot away from Vincent after that little bit of contact there. And Fallon still in fourth.
Hunter Prince, he just keeps pulling away after all of that. I don't know what his lead is. It's probably up to the second lead out there.
He is at a 2.13 gap. He's running right now a 30.56 lap, while second place Terry Vincent challenging Bozic is running a 30.79. So he got over a quarter of a second at least on that last lap from the incident from the car behind. And now we are seeing Bryce Keegan starting to run down the guys fighting for second, as he's been able to save in clean air behind them.
I think McClure's back there too, and Daniel Miglin's coming. You can tell they're starting to gain a little bit as well. It's
don't know what happened to Orff. He dropped a lot of spots there.
Yeah, what did happen to Orff?
Looks like someone said we've got a blinker on the racetrack. It might have been Orff that blinked and went to the high side. But we're seeing a pretty good battle here between Miglin and, oh my goodness, the 16 and the number 4 hard into the outside wall down the backstretch. I don't know if they're going to keep it rolling. Looks like they did save it.
Did save it, yep.
Great save there by Nolan McClurg as Daniel Miglin got into him as they were challenging for the 5th spot, and that's going to let Bryce Keegan squeak his way by without damage to try and get a shot to run down the leaders. We've got about 25 laps left here in stage number 1.
And that's a 50-50 call. And do you guys think that yellow should have went out? Oh, we have got another wreck. It looks like the 27 is sideways. There it is.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there with Bozic and Vincent. We're going to go ahead and get this respun for you folks at home. Might have been some tensions rising between those two drivers. Had a little bit of contact we saw a few laps ago. I think Bozic might have just gotten into the outside wall there off of turn number 4. Or sorry, turn number 2. And then caused a spin. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the chopper cam. See what happens to Brian. See that huge wide exit off of turn 2. Brian got that thing sideways. Tries to save it. And then gets it going towards the bottom of the racetrack. Ass end of that thing starts to come around, and that's going to be our first caution.
It's so deceiving, dude. Coming out of 2, you just want to mash it. Coming out of 2, get a big run on that backstretch, and if you do it, it's going to come around on you.
Tell you what, to hold those brakes and to save that car is
that's
pretty tough feat.
pretty smart.
But we're definitely seeing tires and saving, be the story out here. So Brian is going to fall pretty far down the standings as we are going to see the battle now down pit road as all of these guys are making their way into the pit lane.
Everybody's getting tires.
Yeah, everybody was thinking it. It just happened to be Brian Bosick, the one that took just got out from under himself. It's just this lap, traffic keeps coming and everything keeps getting faster, and you want to keep pushing the car, and you just have no tires to do it.
Yeah, we're seeing the battle off pit road right now. Terry Vincent is going to try and be the one to win the race off of pit road, but it looks like Justin Day is going to get it done, followed by Keith Fallon. Terry Vincent now third, Keegan fourth, McClurg fifth. Your race leader, Michael Prince, falling all the way down to sixth, Daniel Miglin seventh. And then you've got Ryan McClurg in eighth. So Nolan McClurg made up some spots there. Day made up 8 spots on pit road.
Yeah.
Fallon
Keegan got 4.
Up 2. Bryce Keegan up 4. Michael Prince lost a spot, lost more than 1 spot. He lost 5. I don't know why that's shown inaccurate, but pretty wild to see a few of those guys made some big moves on the pit lane. So pretty exciting stuff going on out on the racetrack as we're going to go ahead and get it back to the field as we now see the number 3 of Justin Day, your big winner on pit road there.
Sir.
Great job for him. Maybe a risky strategy. Maybe he took 2 tires. Maybe he only took fuel, and he's thinking, you know what, I could manage till the end of the stage. Forget the stage points. I'm thinking about the big picture.
It is a gamble, and you tried that the other night, or last night, and it paid off for you. But
it did.
I know.
Worked wonders.
That was also Kansas,
Yeah. A little different beast, but dude, I'm telling you that Keith Fallon, shoe buddy, wants fresh tires.
For you Ryan Castleberry fans, he is on pit road getting that thing fixed up. I think he's going to forfeit using the fast repair, try and get as much damage done now, stay on the lead lap, and then get the rest of that thing fixed up going into the stage break.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's just optional repairs, it's a couple of minutes. He's got 2 minutes before this pace car gets back around to him. He can leave early and leave that last minute for when the stage ends.
Yeah, even if you get a lap down at this moment, you're almost guaranteed a lucky dog. So it's not terrible to kind of say, you know what, let's just get this thing fixed up, get it back to where it needs to be, save my fast repair. We've got a long race to run. There's probably going to be more yellows that comes from, this fall-off period. But I am impressed that these guys ran 20 laps and kept it clean and green. So congrats to the field in tough conditions to showcase their abilities to run hard and keep this race rolling. Hopefully this caution doesn't breed more, as we've got about 25 laps left in stage number 1 as the pace car is off. Justin Day, your new leader, the big winner on pit road. He's going to lead him into the Geico restart zone here for the BSing Sports 250 at Texas Motor Speedway in the Texas heat, as he gets a big jump on Keith Fallon as they get fast to the start-finish line.
He's going to dive down in there probably and tuck in the number 2 hole and just keep an eye on Day here. Oh, no.
Yeah, and you have to wonder how long Day is going to be able to hold that one spot with all of these drivers running considerably faster practice and qualifying times. So it's not going to take long.
Keith
Fallon, you gotta try it.
to the outside. He's making a move on the outside line across that bump in 3 and 4. Fallon, not Fallon. It's so hard to break that habit. But Fallon is looking, but does it look like he's going to get Day? As Justin Day is going to continue to lead here.
Vincent's going to try to take 2 away from Keith and try to get his nose in there, but I don't know if he's got enough. He just falls back in line.
Yeah, Terry Vincent has been in the top 3 all day. The man that lost a lot of spots on pit road, your old race leader, Michael Prince, is still in the top 5. He is running with the leaders there. And the number 31 Tide Chevrolet, he's going to be looking to try and make up the lost spots.
Yes, sir, and that's, I don't know, we might want to go back and look, but maybe he missed his pit box or something on pit road that we didn't see, and
had to have had an issue.
Them,
Had to be something, but when you're still in a spot for stage points, you can't complain too much when we've got a field this aggressive. Ryan Castleberry is being shown 4 laps down, so definitely a bigger issue than what we anticipated. I don't know if he's out of the race, but hopefully he's able to kind of salvage what he's lost at this moment in time, as we are seeing a cinematic battle right now between Keith Fallon and Justin Day. Fallon was able to get around Day in turn 2, and Fallon's going to lead him into turn number 3. Day looks like he's having a little bit of a speed issue. I don't think he took a set of tires either to the rights or to the car at all, as he's going to get some pressure now from Vincent for the second spot.
And coming out of turn 2 again, Ryan Castleberry scraped the wall after fixing all of that damage. So I don't know that his race is over, but it's definitely not a good day for them today.
Yeah, that's tough luck for Highline Racing. They didn't have the best showing at Daytona. Ryan was unable to make that race, and now he is just trying to get back into the groove tonight. Maybe he's just in an uncomfortable situation where he hasn't had enough time to practice, and he's trying to get a feel for this tricky conditions. But Justin Day still is up 6 spots in this race after being the big winner on pit road. Daniel Miglin up 6 spots, working his way into the top 5. Keith Fallon, though, is trucking away from the field. He's got about over a half a second lead now to Terry Vincent in second.
Terry Vincent and just Day there battling it out for second, kind of let Keith get away. We know he's fast out front. We got Prince going for third now, trying to work his way back up from that pit lane.
Yeah, and if you're Terry Vincent, the one thing you can hope for is that Michael Prince gets out in front of Justin Day here, because he's a faster driver and he's got all fresh tires. Get out there and help him push. But Justin Day's doing a hell of a job blocking Michael Prince pretty handily.
Yeah, I think Justin Day is just trying to salvage stage points by staying out with a risky strategy, and he is doing an absolute great job of kind of keeping the quicker cars behind, use the dirty air to advantage, aero dump, work different lines, and make it really challenging for these guys to get a run off of the corners and pass him. It's allowing Keith Fallon and Terry Vincent to get away from everybody else, but Justin Day is putting on a defensive clinic. It'll be scary to see him with equal tires to everybody else in a similar situation later in the race.
Yeah, and Terry Vincent's pulling away from Justin Day as well. He's trying to close that gap to Keith Fallon, but yeah, it's if you're Prince and Miglin back there, you're probably a little and Prince just got to the wall there a little bit going into one, but yeah, that's gotta be frustrating. You don't want to get too frustrated because you don't want to push your car over the top and get it completely loose and sideways. You don't want that, but you do want to try to catch these leaders again.
And that's all those mistakes are from, is just frustration. You're like, God, get out of my way. And that's why he ended up scraping the wall there. He's just trying to find anywhere to go to get by this slower car, and he just is getting, masterclassed on how to block.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see the moves put on by Justin Day, as Michael Prince is finally going to get his way back to the inside of Justin there, going into turn number 3. And then Miglin's got to try and stay tight to the back of the 31 to get the same move done, but he's unable to do it. So now Prince is able to get by the number 3. And Miglin's going to have to get through him as well if he wants to work his way for a stage win.
And that's what McClurg and Bryce Keegan are behind Miglin now, catching up, putting pressure on him, and it's going to be a chain reaction here as you see Miglin going low, probably get it into 3 here, get the spot back. So
yeah, it was a valiant effort, but you can see at this moment the tire difference is starting to become a little too much of a handful for the number 3 Ford of Justin Day, as now McClurg's going to dive to the inside and allow a few others to kind of make their way through. A man that we talked about early in the race with some trouble is going to be the number 89 of Orff, running that BSing Sportsbet Chevrolet car, and he's down 7 spots here from where he started. Probably a little disappointed with what's been happening for him in stage number 1.
Well, I can tell you right now, for BS Sports and Bets, the under's looking real good right now, buddy.
I tell you what, I'm keeping tallies, and right now I've got just the letter 1 on my piece of paper over here, so not good.
Now we're not counting the stage breaks, correct? We don't count stage breaks.
We're not counting the stage breaks.
All right, so I just want to be sure for our over/under cautions on the race of 7.5. We had one man take the over, one man take the under. As we see the 3 car, a little bit of trouble No, it's not trouble. He's going to go ahead and pit. He's going to short pit the stage.
Oh,
There was the
he's going a
strategy.
little quick.
Got his way into pit road.
If he's able to stay on the lead lap somehow and then finish this stage with fresh tires or fresher tires, you don't have to take tires on the stage break. He'll put you up front.
Yeah, we'll see if he's able to leapfrog everybody. I just don't know if he's going to go a lap down to the number 40 of Keith Fallon. Keith has extended his lead now to almost a second, but we've got a yellow flag out. Looks like Tyler Smith had an issue. We're going to go ahead and get that thing rewound and see what happened to him as we see him backwards. Looks like he lost the car down the backstretch, similar to the Brian Bozick incident earlier.
So because of that caution, it looks like Justin Day is going to be able to stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, that's going to be a big moment for Justin Day.
That's huge. What a gamble by him.
It's either big brain or gambling.
Yeah.
Looks like a little bit of an issue may have scared Smith's exit off of turn number 2 as he saw 2 cars get into it in front of him, but it looks very esque of the Bozick spin as he kind of got off of 2. His car is just fishtailing down the backstretch. He's going to roll that thing down into the apron. A little bit of left rear contact to that inside retaining wall. Get those brakes held down, lock them up, and slide.
I think he was just trying to get her back going full speed, and it wasn't wanting to cooperate on those tires. Wouldn't want to hook up or too low of a gear or something.
Yeah, it looks like
It's
we've
like
got
you have it, and then
a few takers right now making their way on pit road. Michael Prince is one of those drivers. Looks like maybe he's trying to think of getting a new set of shoes, as we've got a few guys on pit road out there.
Yeah, and if you know you're not competitive for this stage, for these points, it's not a terrible idea to go get those new shoes that you were talking about and kind of get into a different pit strategy that may work out in your favor later in this race.
Yeah, so we saw the first stint, they got 21 laps on the tires. All the guys that did not pit are going to have 17 laps on their second set of tires. And then everybody right now, with a little bit of a short stint to the end of the stage, going to lap 45 is the end of stage number 1. They're going to have some fresh shoes on that thing to maybe, go ahead and make up some lost time.
yes, sir.
So it does look like Justin Day ended up a lap down on this caution, but I wonder if they'll give him the lucky dog here in a second to get him back on that lead lap.
Yes, I believe he will. So Justin Day is a lap down, as well as Justin Mummel and Ryan Castleberry. Don't know what happened to Mummel out there. Maybe he was trying to short pit as well.
I shall find out.
Don't know why he's being scored a lap down at the moment back there. Running that green Mummel's Lawn Care Chevrolet.
Yeah. There's another person that was really happy to see that caution, I guarantee you, was Terry Vincent. Because he was, half a second back from Keith and didn't seem like he was gaining on him enough, but now this puts him right back up there to him to kind of challenge him.
Yes, sir.
So to answer
sure.
your question, Andy, yes, Mummel did pit at the same time as Justin Day trying to short pit.
Okay, so Mummel
So
pits,
that means-
Day pits, but it looks like Mummel is going to be the one to get the lucky dog
Oh, bro, that's unfortunate.
over Justin Day. So that means Mummel's got the free pass. He's ripping it around to get back caught up to the field. So, at least for Day at the stage break, he doesn't have to pit. He's just going to inherit that lucky dog and get himself
Correct.
back on the lead lap as long as he could be the first car scored that's a lap down. But I think we're going to have a short shoot here for
Yeah,
stage
and if
number 1. What lap are we
if
on,
you're-
boys?
we are lap 39.
So lap
coming
39,
across
so it's going to be about a 5-lap shootout to the end of the stage if we stay green.
Yeah, and if you're one of these front drivers in the 40 car of Keith Fallon or the one of Terry Vincent, even Daniel Miglin up here, you are just praying that it stays green and clean, because all it takes is one person to push that car a little too far and take you out. Now you're sitting in the pits.
Yep, green flag is out for the number 40 of Keith Fallon. He gets a huge jump. The number 4, who has been trying to scrape his way into the top of Daniel Miglin's going to follow him on the inside. Maybe challenge for the stage here. Terry
Vincent had a
Vincent
bad
falling into
restart.
third, and we've got a big wreck.
Yeah, it's taken out a lot of cars.
Holy smokes, we're going to have to get this thing rewound and figured out on what happened. It looks like Brian Bozick, Austin Guerrero, and Jonathan Day all involved. We'll go ahead and see what happened to those guys on the restart. I don't know if that's going to end the stage or if they're going to get one more crack at it. Oh boy. A lot of contact going into the corner there behind the leaders. Holy smokes.
Yeah, looking like it was going to be 3 wide into there off that
Yep.
restart.
I can't tell if the 87 car of Jonathan Day came down into this 45 car of Highline.
I just don't
But
think the 87, really expected the 45 to take that arc. I think the two guys were just on different paths going into the corner. And then the
Oh, yeah,
45
definitely.
after the contact with the 87 gets into the 27, and then
18.
Bozick goes hard into the outside wall. And then it just causes a huge
Even got
spin. Oh, the
even got
31
into
of Michael
18 back
Prince
there.
was involved. The 51 of
Oh.
Stephen Blevins got some big nose damage. The number 70 is going to be involved in that one as well. The 31 got some big damage. The 3 got involved in that one. The number 64 of, it looks like the 64 of Biggs as well. So a lot of race
Tyler
cars were
Smith, yep,
injured
got it as well.
as a detriment to that
Oh,
caution. So
man.
that's going to kind of hurt everybody as we're going to go back to live and see what is happening. Tyler Cad, man, we haven't talked about. Looks like he's staying out to
Get
maybe
them stage
try
point?
and inherit the lead and get a stage point if he can. And we're going to see the
Smart.
number 89 of Orf move up. Fallen now in third. Miglin fourth. Vincent fifth. Keegan sixth. Matthews seventh. And Norris is up to eighth. So it's completely shuffled the field from what we have been seeing this whole race.
Would you expect anything less, boys?
No.
let me go on and jot down another one of my little asterisks right here
Yep,
for
that is
second pit or
caution.
second caution.
Caution number 2 in stage number 1 has given the field the old Texas two-step shuffle, as we've got a lot of new names at the front. Tyler Cad, the 89 of Orf, back up to where he started about. Keith Fallon, third. Daniel Miglin, fourth. Vincent lost some spots there due to some guys taking the option to stay out for the stage. What
So
lap
with
are we
this-
on now? 40. Oh, is this the stage break?
2 laps to green.
And we are on lap number 40, I believe, correct?
41.
41. So we're going to get a green-white checkered stage.
And from the look of the pits of the 27 car, Brian Bozick, he's still stuck in the pits. I don't know if he used his fast repair the first time he slid all those tires accidentally, or if he's just trying to pocket it. But that seemed like pretty severe damage to where you're waiting 10 minutes at least.
Yeah, Bozick is in the pits. Wesley Biggs making his way off pit road. Tyler Smith is still in the pits. We might have our first set of infield care center reviews for the night. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see if he gets back out on the track or if he has to park this thing for good.
One of our viewers, C. Geyer 22, pointing out that the 21 of Bryce Keegan is consistently in the top 10 at the moment. Is Bryce
young
Keegan,
buck.
the young buck?
Oh, young buck.
He's going to be 6th on this restart. Maybe Bryce can show off his youthful skills and get a stage win from some of these top drivers, especially
I don't know
guys
if
on
I
a
should
little
be
bit
worried
older
or
tires.
I don't know if I should be worried or not whenever Bryce Keegan does get his license, if he's going to immediately get behind the wheel and think it's like iRacing and try to turn laps in whatever 06 Altima he's got when he's 15 years old. Oh.
Don't hate us, Bryce, when you rewatch this.
Yeah, don't know what's going on at the moment as we are still waiting to go green. We're going to need something here if we want to see a stage finale. I don't know if this is it or not.
Did
Looks like Tyler Smith is back on the racetrack. Bozik's back on the racetrack. They're going to be scored a lot of laps down at the moment. Castleberry still scored 4 laps down. Don't know if Castleberry has inherited our lucky dog yet, as it's going to be hard to come back from the hole that he's dug himself in early. Tough break early for Highline, as 2 of their drivers on their team are now multiple laps down.
I wonder why Cad's on the outside. I guess he chose outside lane, huh, for this restart?
Yeah, I think they can choose. I think he's the first guy to choose the outside.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know Keith was doing it a little bit last night, just trying to gauge his restarts and everything.
All right, well, the pace car is off, and it looks like we're going to get ready to roll for maybe a 1-lap shootout for stage number 2, as it's lap 45. I don't know if this is going to end it or not. As we cross the line into lap 46, Tyler Cad is the leader.
Big jump. Daniel Miglen might even get a big jump too coming in. Big run.
Tyler Cad out front, making his way into turn number 3. Are we going to see the
He's
yellow,
moving.
or did we miss a stage here?
They're on lap 46, just started 47. I don't know if they called it earlier or not, but we don't necessarily have comms with the
We do not.
administration crew, so we are doing this live.
I'll tell you what, I think the 91 did inherit the stage win from the best of my understanding. If not, it was the number 40 of Keith Fallon. We'll have to get confirmation on that before we bring it to you at home. Sorry for that. It was kind of an awkward situation of caution laps turned and a little bit of a misinformation. But right now we're watching Daniel Miglen challenge Tyler Cad for the lead, as he's going to roll right by him down the inside and lead here on lap 48. So now I believe we are racing to lap 95.
Correct.
All right, going to lap 95 for stage 2. Tyler Cad, your stage 1 winner. At the
Say
moment,
Tyler
from
Cad
my
was-
understanding.
Yeah, if that was a smart play by him, and that we did not know that, but that was good to get them stage wins. You know,
I don't think
maybe-
half the drivers knew if that was the case. I mean, if you're sitting, P1, why take tires and lose out on the stage win?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't track in my mind either. But right now, Daniel Miglen is extending that lead out front. Terry Vincent working his way back to where he's been all race. Can't find the front, but he knows how to find that second spot, as he's riding the Dente for Chili's into P2 out there, getting by Cad for the second spot. And here comes
he's in
Keith
the
Fallon.
Striking distance, as long as he can keep in striking distance, put himself in a position to win at the end. That's all he's probably trying to do.
Yeah, Bryce Keegan's up a spot on the restart. Biggest mover of the day that we have not yet talked about is the 57 Ford. That rainbow-looking car of Austin Norris. He has now made his way well into the top 10. He's up 15 spots, working forward, not backwards. Doing a great job out there.
Hey, that's the way you want to go. Keep it clean out of them wrecks and just start working your way to the front of the field, baby.
Tell you what, if you can keep it clean and green at Texas, was my advice to the guys that, were a little bit worried about their raw pace tonight. I said, just run in the back, take your time, go get some points, get them when you need them.
What was the quote that Dale Jr. told Cletus McFarland? He goes, as long as you keep it clean and you're going in the right direction, you're going to end up top 5.
I'll say, when Dale and Cletus got on that podcast, and Dale said, all you need to do is stick a lane, pick a lane, don't change anything. Just keep doing what you're doing and miss the wrecks, and you'll find yourself at the front. Basically what he said.
Yep, and that's exactly what seems to be happening here. We've already got multiple cars, 1 lap down, 2 laps down, etc. And, we're a third of the way through this race, maybe. Not even. So if you can just stay on that lead lap and run clean, who cares if you're slow? You're going to be top 5 at the end of this thing.
100%. We are seeing right now Austin Norris, Nolan McClurg, and Michael Prince, and Bryce Keegan and Halo having a a little bit of a scuff working towards the 5 spot. A few guys that are some trying to make up some time lost, a few others trying to show that they belong in the top 5. So it looks like we've got a really good battle for position here between a few of them, as the leaders are kind of single file. We'll get you back up to the leaders if we see anything changing up there at the moment. But right now, this battle for the 5th spot is really heating up, as Tyler Catt is starting to fall back into the lap of Bryce Keegan. So now it's about to be a 6-pony race for 4th.
Austin Norris almost got in the back of Dennis right there, and going into 1 and 2, and looks like I had to check up. That's why he's in the high line right there.
And then Jonathan Dave's on lap 52. Scrubbed the back pretty good on that back stretch.
McClurg through the infield, sideways through the infield on the tri-oval, going up in there.
Oh, he's backwards.
Yeah.
Good call there.
Out of
oh, and he got a huge shot. Huge shot to the door.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Looks like he kind of lost it off of the corner and decided to take the infield route, and then see what happened here as we ride on board. It looks like the car just stepped out on him. A little Texas two-step to the inside, the grass there.
See what you did there?
Oh, buddy. And then he's just going for a wild ride through the infield grass.
On his asphalt. Yeah, I thought he'd get on his asphalt here and get under control, but kicked back the other way,
and then boom.
Saved at that point, and then,
oh man, big shot. Looks like
I tell you what, nothing scarier than looking down the car that's going 184 miles an hour coming straight at you.
Yeah, buddy, you ain't lying.
Yeah, it looks like I couldn't tell exactly who got into him.
We also have Cad on the, it looks like the backstretch sideways under caution right there.
Really?
What was going on right there?
Is he still sitting there? Nope, he's getting caught back up to speed.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. He's getting his positions back. I'm going to do a replay. And
looks like he well, I'm showing him parked. He hit the wall. I think he downshifted. Oh, he checked up. He checked up for Keith. Didn't expect it.
Oh, and it just kind of scared him a little bit. Oh, no.
Now we're getting your battle on the pit lane. Gonna try and get that to you, folks.
After the pit, are we gonna try to pull up Tyler Catt while we're here?
I don't know for sure who won the stage, so we might have to wait for that interview, and we'll check at the end because it could be Keith, it could be Cad. I don't know at the moment, but right now we're seeing the battle on pit road. Vincent, stall number one of the front stalls, but it looks like Miglin's gonna get it. Vincent second, Fallon third, Prince fourth. Halo 5th, Norris 6th, Keegan 7th, McClurg 8th. For your race off pit road.
Well, it looks like the Highline boys decided to stay out. They're sitting well, they're just trying to get their laps back, naturally. Let's see what they're doing. Maybe we can pull one of them up in here eventually and see what see what the outcome was.
Yeah, we could try, but I know they're probably a little frustrated, as I don't know what's going on with Jonathan Day. He's still parked on pit road. I think he's got some damage to the right front that he's trying to get fixed up.
Right before the caution came out. Right before the caution came out on lap 52, he smacked the back wall pretty good. So he's got some damage to get fixed up.
Wesley Biggs' car does not look good, boys. That thing is not looking good. Oh man,
that's unfortunate for him.
That looks tough.
Not a good night for him. Not a good night for him, dude.
No siree.
Had network issues and squeaked in here, and then that just car comes up the track and 180 mile an hour into a door that you can't avoid.
In the 16 car of Nolan McClurg, seems the driver has gotten out of the car and is walking back to the trailers as he manually disconnected from the server.
Are you telling me we've got our first Field Center interview?
Let's see if he's still around.
Are we going to have to go to the infield care center with Noel McClurg? Somebody pull him up to the booth.
Let's see if we can find him. He may not be around anywhere. Oh, there he is. All right,
he's
Noel
gone.
McClurg,
Get him in here. Get him in here. Noel McClurg, it's Andy and the boys in the booth. Welcome to the infield care center. We saw you disconnected. What happened out there tonight?
I don't know. That right rear just started spinning, I guess, coming out of the turn. I guess
Oh,
just
no.
the combination of the side draft plus the guy coming up behind me. Just I had no air.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear it. I saw you got a wild ride through the infield. I'm hoping that you can get recovered from that one and get back stronger into next week, and hopefully it's not too much to bounce back from this early in the season.
Oh no, we'll be back for sure.
All right, well,
You get all
sorry
your
for your
concussion
bad
protocol
luck.
figured out, because that was a heck of a heck of a
Yeah.
collision out there.
Yeah. Everything checked out. The equipment, not so much though.
Alrighty. Well, good luck to you next week. Hopefully we can hear from you again soon in a good way and not a bad way. Get rested up, buddy, and hopefully things get better for you out there.
Yeah. Hopefully the dad can pull out a top 5 here.
All right, I got you.
Yeah.
Where am I moving it back to? Which team? Sorry about that one.
I got him. Don't you worry.
Oh, Derek got it for me. All right,
Daniel
perfect.
England.
Well,
Daniel
that was
England
our first infield care center review. Something we wanted to throw in fun for the fans at home. We missed the restart, but Daniel Migland, of course, got the lead, and you would have guessed it, Terry Vincent in second. But now look at the run he's got to the inside of the number 4 as they're working to the turn number 1 and off of turn number 2. Terry Vincent, he launched that lead. He's been up there all day. Come on.
It is my turn. It is my turn.
Surprise.
Didn't quite get it.
Surprise to the 16. He is our first exit interview. Jarrett, you got to be the eyes and ears. If somebody crashes out, you got to get them up here into the booth for the interview.
Oh, yeah,
Surprise, boys. If you wreck, welcome to the Side Draft Racing League Infield Care Center. We're going to not take care of you. We might rub some salt in the wounds.
I can't wait, dude. I think there's going to be some heat in that care center all year.
Oh, I want 2 of them at once. I want hands thrown in the booth.
What, do you think this is like Jerry Springer, where it's like, oh, you got something wrong with that guy? Well, let's bring him out here.
Let's do it.
Jerry.
Well, Terry Vincent is getting the pressure right now for the second spot from Keith Fallon. The same 4 guys kind of been out front. Michael Prince was involved in a little bit of some damage, had some bad luck, but now he's worked his way back into the top 5. He led the first few laps of this race, and now Michael Prince wants to restore what he has lost. The 89 of Orff still sitting pretty in the 5th spot. Maybe he can get that BSing Sports Chevrolet to the front later in the race. Or sorry, Ford up to the front later in the race.
Yeah, and you have to sit here and just look at yourself as a betting man and say, all right, Migland, Vincent, Fallon, and Prince have been in these 4 spots and, different shuffles of orders, but these dudes are just running just so much better than most of this pack.
Yeah, for sure. We're showing a lot of guys out. We're showing a lot of guys with damage. I don't know if Wesley Biggs has disconnected, but I don't know if he is even on the racetrack at the moment. I think Wesley Biggs might have disconnected from this race.
Vincent, we got a lead change. Vincent
yes,
out
Terry
front.
Vincent to the lead.
Yes,
He made the move to get to the lead from Daniel Migland.
Ground.
I was looking for
confirm that Wesley Biggs is out of the car and walking to the care center, so we're going to pull him up.
Oh no.
Pull him up.
Pull him up. All right, welcome to the booth. Is this Wesley Biggs? Do you get a copy?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Yes, sir. Well, welcome to
Wesley.
the Side Draft Racing League Infield Not So Care Center. We're going to ask your take of what happened out there today.
Well, I'm fighting a cold for one, so I was like, this is just not going to be the day. And I just started running this stuff, and I told Justin, I'm like, this is not going to work out in that wreck. I was like, yep, this is going to polish it off.
Oh, no. Yeah, it looks
Network issues and everything, dude.
Yep.
just not your day.
I got the cards that were dealt to me, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully you can get some well rest, start feeling better for real, and get back stronger and better next week, and we can hear from you in a good way and not the bad way.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Hi, y'all.
Oh, no. Our second victim. Well, we've got a lot of guys a lap down. It's Justin Mummel. We've got the 70 of Brian Day. Tyler Smith is 1 lap down. Those are the first 3 guys a lap down. We've got another crash. It's Austin Norris. So that means Justin Mummel's going to get the lucky dog. We're going to see what happened to Austin Norris as the yellow flag has been brought out. I believe that's number 4 on the night.
Yes, it is. Let's go see what we can find.
You
Yeah, that over's looking better and better.
No.
He got the Bozic sway off of turn number 2.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Oh, no.
3 and 4 are tight.
Ooh, Bryce Keegan had to get into the wall down the backstretch to miss that one. He was tweaking. He was going to come up and get him, and then everybody behind is scurrying to get by. They're like, oh, don't slide up and hit me. And the 57 held the brakes. Chris Mackey squeaks by. Look at him. We haven't talked about him much tonight. And the 57 gets that thing to a halt. She's going to be lucky enough to minimize the damage from that loose spin there. Not even a spin. It was more of a wiggle. But not
Got
too
all of
bad.
our leaders in pit lane right now going down. Looks like one person is staying out. Maybe get a lap back or try
We've
to.
got the BSing Sports battle down pit road as it looks like Justin Mummel's going to get that lucky dog from Mummel's Lawn Care. If you live in Middle Tennessee and you got a lawn, you got to get that thing cut, head up Mummel's Lawn Care.
See if Vincent can get out and
just had to say it again.
Spot.
Yep, we'll see who gets the top spot as we are fighting off pit road right now as we're seeing the guys pull into their spots and shuffling around. It's a close battle, but Terry Vincent is going to get the job done and get the lead off of pit road. Daniel Miglin second. Keith Fallon is third. Michael Prince staying in fourth. Halo in fifth. Bryce Keegan in sixth. Chris Mackey, the man we haven't talked about yet tonight, he's up to seventh. And then Ryan McClurg, he's going to be up to eighth in the number 69 Merca Motorsports Chevrolet. Would you look at Merca? Trying to make a little bit of something going on, some noise from their team.
You know
Hopefully
they're
they
going to
can capitalize as they are the top team spot.
That they are, brother.
Uh-oh, we got Papa Grunwald in the chat saying that's crazy, not the Bozic sway. Uh-oh, I might have coined his first little incident to call that the Bozic sway here at Texas off of turn numero dos. Got to throw in some Tex-Mex jokes if we can tonight.
Hey, we do have the Chili's car out front.
You're going to say you got to ride the Dente out front now with the Chili's Chevrolet inheriting the lead. Daniel Miglin in that number 4 Ford. Still in second. We're going to see a few guys. Brian Day. And it looks like a few others get the free pass to gain some track position to get themselves back into a spot on the lead lap as they are going to get side-by-side 2x2.
This is finally back up here in the top 5 again.
Don't know what happened to
Tyler
Cad. Tyler Cad is on pit road. It looks like he might have took a little bit of a wave around and getting some tires. A few guys out there fixing what's lost to get back into this thing.
Got Bryce Keegan caught back up with the
Yep.
Halo behind or underneath of him on the bottom side.
Yeah, Brian with the bad luck, but Halo's Optimal Racing sitting in P5 and 6 for Bryce and Halo. So not bad team showing there. Brian was one of the faster guys out there. He qualified pole and then just had crap luck. Got in some wrecks, and hopefully Brian can get that thing fixed back up or just salvage what has been lost. And it's a long race the way that this thing's going. I think it's more of a game of survival.
Oh yeah, for sure. What was y'all's motto for Halo's Optimal Racing last week, Bolton?
Our motto on if you had no luck, or if you didn't have bad luck, you'd have no luck at all.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Well, Terry Vincent doesn't need luck as he is showing all of his skill as he has worked his way to the top spot as he's going to lead him on this restart as they are going to go 3 wide behind him for second between Daniel Miglin, Keith Fallon, and Michael Prince. Michael Prince trying to restore his way back to the front as we are seeing a really good battle between these four. We've got another caution out. The yellow has been thrown. Can't see who's slow out there. Don't know if it's Brian Day.
I think Castleberry is sideways. I know Guerrero had a real bad restart.
It is.
Went through the infield.
The 32. Oh my gosh, that thing is spinning like a top. I think we need to go to the gyro cam just to make our folks at home
buddy.
dizzy. We might have to get a little dizzy with Ryan Castleberry. See what happened to him off turn number 2 as we've got another victim of the Bozic sway and then hard into the wall, spinning like a top, and I think he blew the motor. That thing made a...
Yeah, there's a lot of smoke coming from there. I don't know if he blew the motor or if all of his tires are cooked, but we're going to try to see if we can look at it.
Yeah, that was a loud crash.
He's still got RPMs on the gauge.
All right, he's got RPMs. He's still rolling, but that thing is smoking. Holy smokes. Literally,
Yeah,
She ain't happy. She ain't happy.
that thing is putting along. Looks like Thomas the choo-choo train down there on the apron.
Looks like daggum John Deere down there. How
I
about
think
Yeah,
Steve
I
down
can tell you what. From my point of view, that front right's not even on the ground.
I think
Oh,
I think
brother.
Snoop Dogg's in the second seat.
Here's where you use that.
That thing's blowing
Here's where you
smoke.
use that faster player if you got it, because that one's gonna take a while.
Someone said in the chat that Castleberry's PC is in danger.
All I'm saying is, if you're a PC screen, a monitor, or a piece of drywall, you are not safe at this moment.
No, not right now. We might be seeing some issues from Castleberry as he is the lone wolf on pit road. Nobody else decided to take there. Poor Ryan. Hopefully he can get that car fixed back up. Otherwise, we might be. I think it's still
Oh, yeah.
puffing. And, it's
He might
puffing.
be
I
on
think
It's
I don't think
huffing
fast
and-
players cards at the moment.
It is huffing and puffing and blowing that PC apart. If he's got that smoke in his house, call the fire department, man. That's not looking good.
Oh my.
Oh, mama.
Yeah, he may have to just park this for the race. He's already 5 laps down, and it doesn't seem like he can really just figure out that turn 2.
Yeah, let me know when he gets out of the race car and you know where he's going to go. The
Oh,
infield
yeah.
not so safe care
First-
center.
First admin in the care center, baby.
Uh-oh.
I think it's fair to assume with the car puffing that much smoke that he is out of the car. We're going to bring him in here. He can't physically get out of his car because he's an admin, but we're going to bring him in here.
Hello there, Ryan Castleberry. Not looking too good right now, buddy. You're in the infield not so care center. Are you retired for the night, sir?
I am retired for the night.
Oh, buddy, I hate to hear it. Looks like you got the Bozic sway off of turn number 2 and hit hard into the outside wall.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough hit. I didn't expect it to be night ending though.
Oh, man. Did the motor
Sorry
blow?
to cut you off real quick, Ryan. Sorry to cut you off. The 31 of Michael Prince blew a tire into turn 1 and 2.
Really?
Yeah, so he just went from P4 all the way to the back of the pack.
Oh, no.
And he is limping that thing in. It looks like the back right blew.
Oh, he has such a good car too.
Man.
But
Bad
Ryan,
luck.
what happened there today, sir?
Yeah, it was just coming off 2 and it hooked on me and I had no control.
We've been calling that the Bozic sway all night. Would you agree that that's a pretty accurate term?
I would have to agree with that, yeah.
Well, we're sorry for your luck. We're sorry that you've missed a couple of races. We hope to see you back in a better manner. Maybe we can bring you up one of these times for a stage win, probably next week. We're hoping to see you guys out there in Highline do some good stuff around the track.
I hope so too. I appreciate what y'all are doing.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Ryan.
Stinks for Ryan Castleberry as we are still seeing Terry Vincent maintain the lead. Daniel Miglin is battling for the second spot with Keith Fallon. Bryce Keegan up to 4th, making up a little bit of spots there as we are in the middle of stage number 2. Well, not so much the middle. We've got about 20 laps to go here in stage 2. These guys are battling. I don't know if they're battling each other, battling the track, or just battling to make it to the end. I think it's all 3.
Yeah, I had the same issue the other night where I was racing at a tough track in the 87 Legends, and everybody was like, oh, if you guys would have worked together. And it's like, brother, I'm trying to work against this track right now. I'm trying to keep the car under me, let alone drafting somebody around this thing. So I think that may be what's happening here.
Well, something we haven't done tonight is something that we've been doing the last few weeks, and I want to give the folks at home the chance, maybe while we can have some green flag laps, is our BSing Sports Crank It Up. If you're watching at home, go ahead and turn that thing all the way up. Broadcasters are going to take a quick drink and be right back as you guys get to enjoy the action from the static cam. Turn that thing all the way up.
Turn her up.
rejuvenated and refreshed. I got some more agua in me. We are back here as we're going to go ahead and check back in with the race leader, Daniel Miglin.
Yeah, I'm not sure agua is what I'd say that I'm drinking, but close.
Well, Daniel Miglin, Terry Vincent, and Keith Fallon. 3-horse battle for the lead here as we're in the closing stages of stage number 2. Seeing a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's these 3 drivers against the world right now. As long as they can stay clean and out of wrecks, these 3 are going to be the battle for the end.
Well,
As much as we love, as long as we love what this HOR racing team is doing. Sorry, Halo's Optimal Racing, HOR, not with the W. Don't get it confused. They just don't seem to be running as competitive as Fallon, Vincent, and Miglin.
No, they are not. The field is kind of getting outclassed by these 3 at the moment. Bryce Keegan is a little bit on the outside looking in, starting to match the lap times slightly of the leaders. The leader right now is running a 29.6. Bryce Keegan, 29.67. Bryce Keegan's running a 29.71, so he's on the verge of starting to catch those guys if they can get a longer run here.
Yeah, and we're coming up. We've got about 7 laps, we've got, 12 laps left in this heat. So now it's going to start coming down. It's been a while since these cars have taken some tires, so I would not be surprised to see somebody try to push it to get to those top 3 that end up spinning out.
For sure. So right now I'm going to do a little quick rundown of our field's biggest movers and fallers of the night. The biggest mover is your leader. So far in the top 10 is Daniel Miglin. He's up 10 spots. Another big mover is Austin Norris. He's up 12. Justin Mummel's up 11. And then the big loser tonight for sure is Brian Bozek. He's down 18 spots. Michael Prince down 16 spots. After that flat tire, Noel McClurg out of the race down 18 spots. But Mummel, Norris, and Miglin, the 3 guys trending up. Also, Chris Mackey is up 9 spots. So we'll see if we get to see a little bit more of a show from Mackey in stage 3 if he gets some better track position on the pit stage.
Yeah, and we've seen Mackey run some really good races, being the winner last week. So if he's just hanging around, he's going to be deadly.
Well, way up the racetrack is the race leader, Daniel Miglin, and that opened the door for a lot of time to be gained by Keith Fallon on the inside in 1 and 2. Keith is doing a great job of painting that thing. But we're seeing the 4 of Miglin swing the car way out wide, and Keith is trying to just run that inside line. So 2 different strategies in looks in turn 1 and 2 from your race leader in second place. Can't really tell if the time gain is significant, but it looks like it is as Fallon is starting to rope in Miglin here.
It may not look like much now, but if you're not able to plant that car on that bottom line, you're going to your tires are going to get worn quicker than that 40 car and Keith Fallon behind him.
Yeah, 100%. Keith is doing a really good job of, keeping those tires in a great window. As now we're seeing Miglin go way up the racetrack towards the wall in 1 and 2. It's going to open up the door for Keith to his inside to maybe challenge off of 3 and 4.
That made up some time right there, buddy.
Yes, it did. And as these guys start to battle, Terry Vincent eyes are going to get really big in P3 and say, give me that lost time back. Maybe it's time for me to start pushing here at the end of the stage. And Bryce Keegan, another kid he's wanting to get up there. He's about 1.3 back from the leaders, starting to slowly work that time in. And his teammate, Halo, in 5th is working his way at that as well. And the 69 of Ryan McClurg is caught up to the back almost of Halo. So good for you, Ryan, for making up some time there with your teammate Chris Mackey over at Merca.
Merca Motorsports, baby.
Merca, baby.
Merca's been running good all day, as well as this, Hollywood performance of Miglin and Fallon. So you really have to start and think here, this isn't the end of the race, this is just stage points. So how hard are you really trying to push your teammate here to get to the end of this stage?
Oh, I want a stage win. I want the playoff points. I'm pushing my teammate. Keith has got a win under his belt, but more is always better. You want to win the race. I mean, at the end of the day, and even in NASCAR, we see teammates go after it like we did this past weekend at Dover. We saw Christopher Bell almost wreck his teammate Denny Hamlin on multiple occasions on restarts. So teammates is such an encapsulating phrase, right? When you say, oh, I've got a teammate, but when do the gloves come off,
Yeah, I agree, but the same thing happened with Justin Mummel and Wesley Biggs when we pulled up we pulled up Justin Mumble and we asked him. We said, "Hey, what was your team plan?" And both of them and Wesley Biggs both agreed. They were like, "I wasn't going," or it was Chris Mackey and Wesley Biggs. Sorry, they both agreed that we weren't going to push each other and we were just going to get across the line clean.
Yeah, I don't know if Keith is having an issue in P2 or if Daniel Miglin is just tearing up the track now with a little bit more pace on that higher side as we're seeing that gap start to grow as the lap times are separating. But if you look in third place, the fastest guy on the racetrack by a quarter of a second is the number 1 of Terry Vincent, maybe trying to rope back in as we're in the closing stages here of the second stage. Sorry,
Watching
closing
the
laps.
The 45 of Guerrero, dude, he's also coming up through there, top 10 right now, and he's been about the only positive for the Highline Racing crew today.
Yeah, he is the lone wolf.
But he's been quick too, I think. So
yeah, Guerrero is in traffic, trying to work his way towards some of those top spots, but Highline's not out of it. Tyler Smith is only 1 lap down. He's in position to get the lucky dog. He's going to be fighting against Brian Bozick for that coveted spot as we get to the for sure caution at the stage break, and then you don't know how many cautions are left. I believe we've had 4 today, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 5 cautions.
Still on that under, but we
are sitting at 5. We are currently at 5 cautions. And it does look as if the 31 car of Michael Prince that was running really good for a lot of this race has parked his car and gotten out, and he has declined an interview and is in his trailer and just doesn't want to talk to anybody. So we will not be able to get Michael Prince into the stream.
Well,
dude,
I'm sorry for the bad luck, Michael, and that it didn't work out for you today and you declined us. But I'll tell you what, you had a fast race car. Come back better than ever next week, and hopefully we can hear from you up in the booth after a stage win. And it's a bad luck, it's a bad day. I understand. It happens to all of us. iRacing can get the best of us, so hopefully it can get back after it. But we're on the last lap right now of stage number 2 as Daniel Miglin and Keith Fallon are putting on a little bit of a show. Here we go. The gloves might be coming off for the teammates down the backstretch as Keith Fallon, Fallon is looking at Miglin for the top spot. He's going to run that bottom, but Miglin is going to hold him off as they make their way off of turn number 4. And Miglin is going to get the stage win ahead of his teammate.
The yellow flag is out.
And there is the stage caution. We know for sure that the number 4 is your stage 2 winner. So good for you, Daniel. Great job.
Yep, good job. Yep, good job, Danny. You've been running fast all night, and as soon as we'll get him in the booth as soon as we see what his pit strategy is. We don't want to interrupt him and his teammates as they're about to enter the pits for a pretty important pit of the race.
Yep, so Daniel Miglin, Keith Fallon, Terry Vincent, Bryce Keegan, Austin Norris, then Dennis Halo, Austin Guerrero, looks like Ryan McClurg, Chris Mackey, and then Justin Day were your top 10 stage finishers there that were able to get some points. As that is going to end stage numero dos here at Texas Motor Speedway. As we are rolling along a little bit better than I thought we would at this point in the race. I think these guys have finally figured out the car and everything that comes with it. We're going to do a quick weather outlook and kind of see what the temperature on track is looking like. Looks like the track temp is down 87 degrees now. It's 75 degrees ambient air for those guys out on the racetrack. So the track has cooled off, so it's maybe starting to help them get some more grip out there.
Yeah, that's why I'm probably staying a little green a little longer. Not having as many Bovic sways, so we call it now.
Not as many as...
Nothing like the old Bozick sway out of 2. Can you see how long, or could you tell me how long these cars went with those tires?
Yes, they did. So their first stint was 21 laps. Second stint was 21, identical. Then they ran 14 laps for some of them. Day ran 31 laps on his third set, and then that last stint was 30 laps for all the drivers that took. So 30 laps is the longest that they ran there on a set of tires. So good information and data for stage number 3 as we are looking at your race off of pit road. The number 4 of Miglin's going to get it, then followed by Keith Fallon, Terry Vincent, Bryce Keegan, Dennis Halo, Ryan McClurg, Chris Mackey, and then Austin Guerrero getting the A spot off of pit road. Good for Miglin. Let's get him up to the booth. He's going to be your stage number 2 winner.
Yes. Well, there he is. Coming down the hall.
Hey, Daniel, it's Andy and the boys in the booth. You got a copy?
I do. How are you guys?
We're doing good. Congratulations. They are holding off your teammate to get that win in stage number 2. If you want to walk us through what happened there quick.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Keith was playing a little bit of rear gunner for me while I played around with what lines worked best with what tire wear.
Okay, we noticed you guys were doing a little bit of offset there as you were swinging that thing pretty high into 1 and 2 and getting a run, and then Keith was making up a little bit of ground on the inside, but it looked like you carried some good speed down the backstretch. So, interesting take as you were one of the only guys making that line work.
Yeah, we're just trying to see what's gonna work for us best end race, you know?
Yeah, 100%. You guys are looking like a few to beat out front. You're getting a little bit of pressure behind there from the number 1 of Terry Vincent. You guys going to be able to hold them off out there?
Man, it depends. If we get a nice long green run, I think we've got him.
All right.
Restarts, anything could happen.
Copy that.
Amen to that.
So, if you don't mind me asking, at what lap do you and your teammate Keith Fallon drop the gloves and try to see who's going to go win this thing?
It's really just gonna be. We gotta do at least 1, maybe 2 more pit stops. So there's a lot of racing before we're even thinking about it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good luck or good job on your stage win, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon after the end of the race.
Thanks, guys.
Yes,
Yep,
sir.
good luck.
Good luck.
That's the number 4 Ford of Daniel Miglin. This little profile picture there has him riding a motorcycle, so it looks like he does some more racing outside of iRacing in the real world. Pretty cool to see that.
Something we didn't talk about is he does a lot of iRacing, dude. He's one of the ones that has a lot of official races.
Yes, he
We
does.
didn't talk about that today, but he's got some experience.
He does have a lot of experience. He's got 2,800 I rating. Looks like he's the highest member in I rating category in the field at the moment. As he's going to lead him into the Geico restart zone as we get rolling here in stage number 3 at Texas for 67 laps left here in the Side Draft Racing League BSing Sports 250.
Well, Vincent got Keith there on the restart. I bet you that was a big thing for him to try to get between them two and interrupt that team. I would.
He's definitely going to try, but, you know, as we were just talking to Danny, he was figuring out what the lines were. So at some point, Keith has probably got to say, okay, if the tire wear's good and that top lane's fast, then I'm going to start trying to do it.
Correct. Correct, because now this long stretch of for this last stage is definitely going to be. It could be some green flag pit stops because if his track temp is cooling down and got a little more grip, it might be a little cleaner.
Yeah, I think the worst is behind us. You know, this track's getting cooler. The sun's going down. You have to look at it as, you know, we've already seen what's worse. You know, now we know where the car's limit is, and now we can really start pushing at these last 60 laps.
They are definitely pushing. The fastest lap of the race was just ran by the number 40 of Keith Fallon in position 2 with a 29.5. His teammate Miglin out front ran a 29.51, so they're neck and neck as they're trying to pull away from everybody else.
And look who's fighting for this third spot.
Oh.
There it is.
The Halo and the
BSing Sports Bets car of Halo's Optimal Racing is sitting out there battling for P3.
Yes, he is. But someone who's having a good battle behind them is Chris Mackey going at it with Bryce Keegan. We've got a few guys now trying to get track position as we're seeing a huge group behind Bryce trying to get around him to go challenge those leaders as they know it's time to go with 64 laps here in this race.
Perhaps look forward, we're going to run on the outside a little bit longer so they're more comfortable going 2-3 wide in these corners, and it's going to be a shootout.
So now, if you're sitting here and you're Bryce Keegan and you're a part of Halo's Optimal Racing, are you going to do the same thing that Chris Fallon did, or Fallon, sorry?
Halo got loose.
And just try to play blocker and let them run away with it?
I'm trying to stay in line and learn. If I'm Bryce, I'm just trying to follow those guys, see what they're doing while saving, which is the big challenge. As we see Justin Day putting a little bit of pressure on Bryce from behind, as we saw him do a bold strategy where he didn't take tires, and now he's got the fresh rubber here late in the race, and he's trying to get to the front.
Yeah, he's got at least an extra 2, so that'll definitely help him towards the end of this race, because I do believe he did take 2, or I don't think he went full nothing, right? Early.
Uh-oh. That's an issue for Halo. I just saw him blink off the screen. Bryce has gone off the screen. The yellow flag is out. I'm not populating a single car on the racetrack. I don't know what happened.
Yep, so it looks like Halo blinked out. Internet had to have died or something. Bryce is back alive. All of the cars are on the track. But it looks like that 89 car he's on the track. He didn't disconnect, but he's like
injured.
Going into the pits.
He's got to be injured because it kicked my camera away. It's like the car just completely disconnected. And then he showed back up. I saw his invisible ride screech towards the outside wall. It looks like he just got that thing stopped and got it rolling again. So trouble for the Orf car.
That anti-gravity stuff that Bob Lazard's talking about. He's able to just go 184 to 0 at the split second. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so we're seeing a couple guys now on pit road. Halo is one of them. I don't know if he is done or not. Tyler Cadd making his way down pit road, maybe thinking about putting a set of shoes on that thing. Brian Day is getting on the pit road here as well. Castleberry, he's out. Tyler Smith, don't know what's going on with him either. Looks like he's on pit road. Maybe trying to get a little bit of damage, cosmetic stuff fixed up on that race car.
Yep, looks like Halo doesn't have or Dennis Orf doesn't have a fast repair. He's sitting in there. He's taken tires already, and he's waiting on it. So I don't think he's out of the race, but I know he's probably in the same boat as Castleberry, where that computer monitor may not be safe.
Yeah, I don't think it is. We're seeing Brian Day win this race off of pit road. He's going to be followed by Tyler Smith. Looks like those guys might be fixing some cosmetic damage without using a fast repair. Tyler Cadd still on pit road, Orf on pit road, so a few guys there getting their race cars fixed up or strategizing to get back into this race in a different way.
And I can't tell how many laps we have to green, or I would pull up Dennis Orf, but I don't want to make us miss this restart. Are they starting to file up?
Not yet. We are still 2 to green, as I'm still
sweet.
showing Orf on pit road.
We're going to get Dennis Orf in here and see what's going on.
I don't think he's out yet. Halo, it's Andy and the boys in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
What's going on, buddy?
If I could do like the opposite of a sponsorship and just shit on Logitech G920 wheels.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Are you down and out for the count, or what's going on?
Yes, I was running for third. I should be I can't go back out there. I'm out of it.
Well, then it sounds like you are in our infield not so safe care center. We're sorry
What
to
if
hear that for you.
What if we told you that there was somebody out on the field running a Logitech car? Would that change your view of things?
Yeah, I might go back on the field real quick and take about. No, I'm joking.
Oh.
I'm actually pissed. I'm actually so pissed. I had the track. I was watching my track deltas. I was running fast times, faster than the cars in front of me, gaining on them. Made one bad turn, lost some time, got loose, saved it. So gaining back up on them, and then I hear doo-doo, and all the cars disappear. I'm in the fucking wall.
Oh no. Well, they always say at NASCAR it's the ultimate test of man and machine, and tonight for you it was the ultimate test of sim racer and sim rig, and it sounds like the sim rig couldn't pass the test. So hopefully next week you're able to get it fixed up and get everything working right so you can compete for the win. Sorry to hear for you.
I got no fucking idea what does it.
Oh boy.
Well, we're sorry to hear that, Halo, and thank you for rocking the BSing Sports car, and we got you in here, even though it probably wasn't for the right reason.
I wanted to show up. I wanted to show up for BSing Sports. I was up there, man. I was up there. I pit strategied my way back up there. Like, But
Yeah, it looked like the track was starting to cool down a little bit. Was it
Oh.
getting better out there or
oh
not?
yeah, this last restart you could push it. I think the track was definitely a lot cooler. So much, especially 1 and 2. It wasn't trying to spin out on me near as bad, and I was so comfortable. As close to the temperature I did all my practicing laps on today.
Yeah.
But so I was so comfortable. I was feeling so good. I like in my head I was still competing for the win in my head. So
Yeah. Yep.
Well, sitting P3, that's competing for the win. But
Yes, sir.
sorry for your luck, sir. We'll talk to you after the race. But it was fun watching you compete out there and get back. But we're gonna have to get back to these cars on the lead lap.
thank you guys.
Hey, buddy.
All right. Well, something new you're going to see on your screen at home is our battles box. As we are into stage number 3, we are now going to be looking at the battles on the racetrack and what's going on. You're seeing Dingo Miglin with that top spot and Keith Fallon and Terry Vincent. Keith Fallon and Terry Vincent fighting for second.
I think Keith is kind of playing a little blocker game right here, dude. I think Vincent's been trying to get around him a couple of these laps, and I think Keith's just kind of slammed the door on him. So maybe trying to shield for his teammate out in the lead.
Yeah, they're starting to throw some big swings at each other here into the corner. Maybe trying to set up a pass. We might have to ride on board for a lap or two with old Terry and see what's going on from his point of view. Let's pull it up, the gyro cam, and see if he can get the move done on Keith. Look at that huge run into the corner. Getting that thing downshifted into 4th. Rolling up off the top side of 2. Can't close the gap there. Keith doing a great job helping his teammate out. Seeing Keith starting to work a little bit closer towards his teammate, doing a great job. As you see the race leader there, Miglin, clip the wall for 4.
Oof.
Yeah, you don't want to see that if you're any part of this H2A team. You definitely don't want to be seeing, or Hollywood Performance. You definitely don't want to see your team, especially your leader, start clipping this wall.
Absolutely not. A little bit behind those guys fighting for the lead. We're seeing the battle. A few guys back. Ryan McClurg. You can see Josh Wessendorf made his way to the front late in this race. He's been quiet all day. Austin Guerrero trying to make some noise. Working against them. Wessendorf.
That 45 has been quick, dude. I've been watching him since he started 12th or something back there, and he has been just calling back up in there. Put pressure on all these guys on the way back up.
Wessendorf bad exit off the corner. Keith Fallon closing the gap to the teammate.
And that's also impressive how quick that he was back there battling with Vincent and then got back on Miglin to kind of get back up to him and help his teammate a little bit.
He has gapped him. I don't know if he's trying to help his teammate or if he's trying to run him down at this point.
I don't know. He might just be playing around out there. Fast as that boy can be.
Well, that caution with Halo put us at number 6 on the day, if I'm not mistaken.
Under.
So the under is in danger.
We're getting close.
There's a danger.
7.5 is a pretty good line, gentlemen. What do you think?
I can contest. Very good line.
Thank you.
Yeah. The only thing that's going to save me right now is these track temps are going down, and these guys are just going to have more grip, and cars are going to do a little better. Maybe keep everybody get in their groove and keeping her clean. Do I win anything if I get this under or what?
I don't know.
You get to do the ad. You get to do the ad read for the BSing Sports 250.
Well, now that we are pretty far into this race for you folks watching at home, it is time for your voting for the driver of the day. I wanted to make sure you guys could all go ahead and wait and make sure you had time to vote for your favorite driver. You can go ahead in the chats, either on the YouTube chat or on the Twitch chat, and you can find your favorite driver and vote for them as driver of the day. And we will give them a bonus interview at the end of this race. So go ahead and shout out your favorite driver. Vote for them for driver of the day.
I'm going to go grab my phone so I can do that.
I see Jamin Bernhardt and Shelby Guerrero rooting on their guys in the chat on the YouTube. Thanks, Shelby and Jamin, for showing some love in the chat on the YouTube. We appreciate it. You guys watching this one. I believe Jamin's driving, isn't he?
Yeah, and moving it up in the field. I think he's just playing around, just driving a race car.
I don't know.
That's
I don't
good.
think
Look at
Jamin.
him just
I don't think
moving up.
Jamin is on the racetrack tonight. I don't see him out there. Maybe he missed the race and he's just rooting everybody on.
Oh.
We're seeing a great battle for the lead here, though, between Keith Fallon and Dingo Miglin. They're putting on a show. Terry Vincent, he's just looking at the bumpers of those race cars, thinking, what can I do to get them? As we see a little bit of blink out of him.
Them Highline boys are coming. They're coming. I don't know if they figured something out. Had some talks between them. Figured a line out or something. But Edgar Rivers on the move, and Tyler Smith's coming back up.
Yeah, Tyler Smith has finally gotten himself back on the lead lap after a lot of misfortune again, showing his ability to battle back through the adversity, and now he's slicing and dicing his way through the field, trying to get up towards the top.
Monster.
We're seeing the battle for the lead now. Keith is to the inside of teammate Miglin in turn 1 and 2. Looks like
And
Terry Vincent.
There is that. Sorry.
Terry Vincent struggling to keep up. Is Bryce Keegan starting to reel everybody in front of him again? Justin Day is putting the pressure on Bryce from behind. But you are right, Highline Racing. Tyler Smith is moving up through the field fast as he has caught Justin Mummel. Tyler Smith trying to make a little bit of noise. So if you've got a driver of the day, somebody that's faced a little bit of adversity, it's definitely Tyler Smith. As I see a car.
Tyler's in the wall.
Who is in the wall?
That was Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith got a little loose coming out too.
Oh no.
Actually, it looks like somebody else was too, but yeah.
Yeah, it looked like Ryan McClurg was into the inside wall first pretty hard, didn't throw out the caution. Tyler Smith might have saw that and panicked, as that might have damaged his race car a little bit. So we're going to go back to this battle for the lead.
A lot of people that we haven't talked too much about is old Justin Mummel. Gridding at 23 is now running in the 7th spot.
Yeah, Justin Mummel is up 16 positions up to 7th. After Tyler Smith had that issue, redamaged his race car, Mummel might be saying now, hey, I'm in a better spot. Don't have to worry about Tyler Smith giving me pressure. I can go focus on Austin Guerrero in front of me. Maybe go fight for a top 5, but Chris Mackey's got something to say about it, as he's to the inside of that Mummel's lawn care car, as Mummel is in the outside wall. But we can see the gap has formed between those drivers and Austin Guerrero, who's hanging on to the leaders. Otherwise, everybody behind Guerrero is falling off. Go ahead.
It's surprising to see Mummel and Mackey not working together, considering they're teammates, and you're trying to catch the lead. Why run 2 different lines? Why not try to work together to get, up there?
Yeah,
Maybe
precisely.
Just can't hold a line or something, or tires, or
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess at this point it's just what you're comfortable with. You've gone 125 laps. Why change it now?
Exactly. Well, Mummel is fighting Chris Mackey back there, trying to make his way back towards the leaders, as we're seeing a good battle between those guys. Mummel is in 7th, Mackey is in 8th, Matthews 9th, Tyler Cadd 10th. Miglin and Fallon 1-2, starting to put a gap on Terry Vincent.
Yeah. Bryce Keegan starting to catch up to Vincent as well. Maybe try to get some help, get up there to these guys, but
Justin
D'Angelo and
Day
Keith are...
is fighting Austin Guerrero and Bryce Keegan, as I heard tires screeching.
Oh yeah, we got
Yellow flag.
There it
Brian
is.
Matthews into the
Oh my
outside wall.
goodness,
Oh,
that was a
man.
massive hit. Oh no.
Brian Matthews got loose in the upside wall, and then I think that was Jackson that hit him.
We saw that
Way
live
down.
too. We saw that live. He took a huge shot at his race car as he got into the wall. Looks like Humpty Dumpty didn't fall on his own. He had some help. Uh-oh.
CAD car.
The 91. Oh no.
Well, he may have checked up a little bit to avoid Mackey.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun.
Because
Oh
Mackey
man.
and him were working way down. CAD was on that inside lane holding it.
Yeah, it's just one of those situations. You're between a rock and a hard place. There's nowhere to go.
Then took it into the outside wall, and this hit.
Ooh,
I think it was the 18. Yep, Jackson.
yeah, the 18
Oh,
of Danny Jackson.
Sydney
Smoked
then
him.
got into 18. Oh, dude.
Absolutely smoked him as we are seeing the leaders now. Looks like they are, I believe, heading towards pit road. As that might have hurt a few guys race. Don't know where the pace car's at. We'll see where the leaders are at here. Hang on. There they are.
Pace
Now
car.
they're getting into pit road.
Yep.
So this is a huge pit stop for these guys that might need a spot or two to go fight. Miglin and Fallon, Terry Vincent, if you're him right now, you need a great stop. So they ran 30, and then they got another 30 in. That puts us at caution number 7. One more, and we're going to be smashing the over. If you are a fan of sports bets, this has been one of the best side bets that the broadcasters have had amongst ourselves for a little bit of pride and fun. But if you like BSing in sports, then BSing Sports Bets is for you. They're the sponsor of tonight's race here at Texas.
Yep, for BSing Sports, we're live on, come football season, we'll be live multiple days of the week. You can figure out whatever it is you want to do. If you enjoy hearing my beautiful voice and want to see me live on camera with some friends, drinking some alcoholic beverages, as they say, and having a good time and making NFL and college football sports bets, our shows are Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern every week of the NFL season. And it's a lot of fun. We go out there and have, just a good time and able to drink and, just talk about sports. And, we're very laid back is what I would say. It's a whole lot of BSing. Sometimes it's 50-50 sports and BSing. Sometimes it's 60-40, depending on how you want it. But we have a lot of fun doing it. So if you guys want to look us up, it's BSing Sports on all major platforms. And then on X, you can follow us at BSing Sports or BSing Sports Bets. You can find us.
We're seeing a few of these cars. It looks like Brian Matthews is out. He's got some huge damage. I don't know if he's going to get that thing fixed back up. Danny Jackson's slow, but looks like he's able to use that fast repair and still be rolling. Brian Bozick making his way off pit road, trying to get himself back into this race. See Austin Norris there getting off pit road. But Brian Matthews
second
damage.
Week in a row, dude.
I still see that car shaking. It looks like they're still working on it. His imaginary pit crew is putting in the work on that car now. Number 28 Ford. Maybe he's just trying to pray a few more guys wreck and he can make up some spots here.
As I was doing the ad read, I was watching them, and Austin Norris of the 57 car was actually pushing the 28 car, Brian Matthews, his teammate, into the pits. But Austin Norris's pit box was before Brian Matthews, so he ran out of room and then had to call the tow to go an extra 10 feet. So the car probably is still just waiting to get into the pit box on his screen so he can get back out on the field.
Now that's a teammate right there. Somebody that's gonna help you out when the tides don't look too great or in your favor. He was able to push his teammate to get to his pit stall to minimize the tow. Good for him. That's one heck of a move by the teammate. Speaking of somebody we talked about, it's Justin Mummel. He's in P5 now. And Bryce Keegan, he's up to 4th.
Hanging up there. Young buck.
What were you going to say, Bubba?
I was just going to say, Andy, if that was you out there on that back stretch and you were broke down, I'd push you all the way to the pit stall, buddy.
I appreciate that. That's a good buddy
right
there.
That's just something you don't see very much except at Horseshoe Motorsports.
Luck over speed, brother.
Absolutely, luck over speed. But speaking of speed, we're seeing Daniel Miglin lead him through the restart zone, and he's got a healthy lead. And his teammate behind helping him out in the best way possible. That's Keith Fallon in second, trying to hold off the pack of wolves, trying to race him down and ruin the fun. But the two of them are doing a good Texas tango out front, holding everybody off behind as we've got almost 30 laps to go here.
He's got the hard part. Go ahead.
If you're the owner of Hollywood Motorsports, you're pretty damn happy, sitting here watching your cars run 1 and 2.
Yep, in command, dude. Keith's got the hard job right now because he's got to be a good teammate. He's already got a win under his belt. Vincent is now caught up with him with the restart. And he's going to be putting there. I think they're going to be running hard right now, trying to get a gap on Vincent again, because it's like Daniel said in the stage win interview, them restarts can be funky, and that's where Vincent's going to have his chance. But the longer it goes green, the longer they're just going to pull away.
Yeah, the first 4 have pulled away, but behind him for 5th, they're 3 wide. You've got Justin Mummel. On the inside is Justin Day, and then Austin Guerrero, and Mummel powerhousing his way around the outside. He's doing what we saw happen from Daniel Miglin in that first stage. Mummel is swinging way up the racetrack in turn number 1 and 2 to kind of powerhouse his way on the outside and make up time and maybe keep that thing in the throttle a little bit longer than everybody else.
Yeah, you got to figure they got new tires, track temps down. I mean, you're trying to win this, so you're trying to at least get in that top 5 for some extra points as well. So, hell, give her hell. You've only got 30 laps left of this thing.
Yeah, it is time to toot and scoot and get to the front. If you are Justin Mummel, he's been working his way back into this race. That caution couldn't have come at a better time for Tyler Smith. Looks like he got his damage fixed up as he's trying to salvage what was lost from what we saw there from a little bit of a contact with the wall. But Justin Mummel and Guerrero. Go ahead.
You have to admire Tyler Smith. He has gone from starting P20, being 2 laps down early in this race, and now back on the lead lap, sitting at P11.
100%. You are right. And as we've got 30 laps to go, Bryce Keegan is catching Terry Vincent. His lap times are better than the leaders by 0.2 of a second that last lap. Bryce Keegan is putting down some burners. I think he's got this track finally figured out late in the race.
That is fast.
He was doing practicing during that week, this last week, and I bet you he's got her down. It's like Halo said that, if this is the temperature they were practicing at, that means they're comfortable here at this temperature, and they're gonna start pushing these cars a lot more.
Yeah, I'm not hearing as much lifting. I'm just hearing race cars roar. I don't think they're getting out of the throttle as much as we've seen in the beginning parts of this race. Bryce is doing a really good job handling that race car in dirty air behind those leaders while saving tires. As long as he can stick with them and save enough for the end to have a late charge, he might be able to go challenge for a top spot. Austin Guerrero still kind of running middle of the top 10, doing a great job. We're seeing a few guys behind. Looks like Tyler Cadd, Ryan McClurg, and Chris Mackey going at it for position number 8.
And you got Tyler Smith and Jackson, Stephen Blevins, Austin Norris all back there as well, fighting for spots.
Yeah, Blevins, a driver we haven't heard from much today. He's had a very quiet race. Haven't talked about him much. Hasn't gotten really into anything, but hasn't made a whole lot of noise. I don't know if he's holding out for the end or if he's just hanging on this racetrack tonight.
Yeah, I think he's probably just hanging on a little bit. He ran well last night, though. When we were racing last night, he was hanging there well, so he might just be waiting. That's A7 kind of gets into him right there a little bit.
Yeah, we see a few cars kind of fighting to get some track position. Tyler Smith is carving his way through the back markers as one of them gets loose. Looks like that's Austin Norris, as they are all 3 wide there for a second into turn 1 and 2, and Tyler Smith is going to emerge and try and go run down the top 10 as Tyler Smith is going to get the 11 spot with a little bit of pressure from behind now from Stephen Blevins. Looks like some lap cars are in the mix.
It's going to be a task to run that top 10 down.
Well, we are seeing Terry Vincent get sideways doing the Brosick slide down the backstretch. He was up there with the leaders for a second.
Oh, dude, he had him in his sights, and I bet you he got a little too anxious.
He did get a little anxious. We turned our eyes away for 1 second, come back to it, and the leaders are all up there bunched up in a group. Every time I think I could turn away, they put on a little bit more of a show as it's starting to heat up between Fallon and Miglin. And Terry Vincent and Bryce Keegan starting to run him down, and Justin Mummel's making the high side work. A little bit of a challenge from Austin Guerrero.
I bet you old Bryce was puckered right there, seeing Terry get a little sideways right there.
Yeah, because you have to preemptively put your car where you think he's going to be, and if he's, trying to keep it under control, you don't know which way he's going to turn that thing.
Exactly, dude.
The Brosick sway is a race car
Strikes again.
epidemic tonight, and it is claiming all of these guys here at Texas Motor Speedway. I almost said Texic for Brian. Terry Vincent looks like he's got a car back under him as we are seeing Keith. I think the gloves are off, as you mentioned earlier, Jarrett. They're starting to put a little pressure on there for the lead.
Only 25 to go, baby.
I think
it's time.
I don't know. You're still going to have to pit one more time for fuel. So I think I wait until after the pit before I start putting any pressure on my teammate. Last thing I need is for both of us to spin out and Terry Vincent comes away with this one.
Unless you're quicker, and he's just been waiting all race to say, let me show you something here.
After the first stage win, you think he's just been hanging out, just letting his teammate get some glory for a little bit, and then he's going to come back and be like, all right, let the old man show you what's up real quick.
I think so, because last night, Keith's fastest lap that we saw in much warmer track conditions was a 28.7, and his fastest lap right now is a 29.4. So I know Keith is holding out for the end of this race.
Dude, he was absolutely moving last night, and it is
scorching in that practice race.
Yeah.
Able to get on track and race with them.
With these green flag pit stops, if it stays green, do you take tires? Do you take 2 tires? Do you just take gas and get out there and try not to lose as much track position and get rotated out?
Gas and go.
I don't know. I think if you're out of fuel now with 21 laps to go, I think you take tires. I think anything under 15, I think you gas and go.
We're gonna ride on board with Keith here and see what he's looking at. It's the bumper of his teammate. He's getting a bit of a run off the corners. I think he's gonna get him.
Dude, I'm telling you, Keith is fast through 3 and 4. He has his line and the throttle. He knows how to run 3 and 4.
There he goes, looking to the inside.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you don't win a championship by coming in second place every week. You win a championship by taking it away from everybody.
Yeah.
You got to go win the race. Winning 2 in a row would be a statement.
Up. It does look like he slows up out of 2 just to get his teammate back in front.
It's a huge lift off of 2. I'm riding on board with him, and you can hear the car.
He's just having some fun with his teammate right now.
He's just playing with his food before he eats it, and he's got 20 laps to gobble up here and go get this thing.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's hungry.
He's hungry. I think he can get it.
Keith is hungry, dude. He's right on him off of turn number 4 now.
Dude, I'm telling you, the ground he makes up in 3 and 4 is unreal. And if he goes for the pass, it's going to be within 3 and 4. And especially if Daniel goes high.
He's looking to the inside. He's got a big run again. Is he going to lift, or is he going to put that thing to the floor as he's getting to the inside of his teammate? Down the backstretch, no, he lifts.
Yeah, he's just playing with his food at this point. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you let your teammate lock into the playoffs, or do you say, you know what, you got second, you've been doing good all night, it's my turn, I want to win. I'd win. I wouldn't hold off. I'd say, if you want to beat me, you got to do it.
Is that me out there in front? You take that win from me?
This isn't a big track. I'm not pushing you, dude. I'm beating you. This isn't Daytona. Uh-oh, we got a wreck.
Gosh.
There's the over. Ryan McClure.
There is the over. And if you have tires left, you take them and you go.
This is going to be a shootout. I think it's going to get caution heavy now as we see the 69 of Ryan McClure get involved 3 wide off of turn number 2 with multiple drivers. We're going to go ahead and
it sounds like the drivers knew what the over-under was and were trying to avoid the over. So they went really good for most of the race. Now it doesn't matter. So now there's going to be wrecks everywhere.
Justin Mummel was in the outside wall off of 2. It caused McClure to do the BSing sway. He collects the number 3. And then they all collide. Justin Day, Ryan McClurg, and Mummel's Lawn Care all involved there. As we see the 91 of Tyler Cadd just squeak by. Say, there's 3 spots. Give me that.
And I would have to assume if they're running middle of the pack all race that they don't have that quick repair.
No.
Well, leaders are coming in pit road right now. It's
This is the battle you want to win on pit road. I mean, this is
Yeah,
it.
this is the one you want.
This is the one that you,
Cars looks
not the
like
one you
stayed
want.
out.
This is the one you need.
This is the one you need.
Who stayed out?
Yeah.
Looks like a car getting its lap back.
Danny
Yep.
Jackson, I think.
Yep.
And
Danny Jackson getting his lap back, and it looks like Bozic.
I think Ryan. Yep.
Bozic trying to get his lap back as well. That'd be the comeback story of the year. Bozic got back on the lead lap.
That would, after being 4 laps down at one point.
Well, folks listening at home, if you haven't voted yet, now is your time to cast your vote for driver of the day, as we've only got a few laps left. Vote for your favorite driver that you want to hear from at the end of this race. We will be interviewing the top 3 finishers, but we want you guys to pick somebody else. Pick someone extra out of the crowd that you want to hear from in this race, as we see Miglin win the race again off of pit road over Keith Fallon, Terry Vincent 3rd, Bryce Keegan 4th, Austin Guerrero 5th, Tyler Cadd now 6th, Tyler Smith in 7th, and Chris Mackey is in 8th. Tyler Smith in 7th, are you kidding me?
Brother, we got the high line guys, Guerrero and Smith, going to be lined up behind each other.
No.
That's what I've been wanting to see. I've been wanting to see Guerrero restart with the top 4 and see if he can keep up and make some moves. Because I'm telling you, both those dudes, Tyler Smith and Guerrero, have absolutely blew through the field and they've been fast. But by the time they get through all the traffic, the leaders are gone. So this is going to be interesting restart right here to see how they can keep up with them.
Well, this is the time where the gloves come off if you are Keith Fallon and Daniel Miglin, because you cannot wait anymore on your teammate if they're holding you up, but there's guys behind you that want to go, because then you're going to get wrecked. I mean, it's one thing to help your teammate try and win the race, but when you become a roadblock, you're going to get wrecked and then you lose all the points.
Yeah, because them back traffics are going to be pushing hard. If you're slow and them 3, 4, 5 cars.
Terry Vincent's short run speed has been there. He's worked his way towards those guys multiple times. He sees what they do in the long run, but now they don't have to worry about tires. They don't have to worry about a long run. We can push to the end. It's only a couple of laps. It's just a handful. So now if you're the race leader, first and second, you've been controlling the pace. But I feel like the whole strategy has just gotten thrown out the window.
Yeah, Vincent has been there all day.
Yeah, I think Vincent's in the best spot to win this, realistically. If Miglin and Fallon actually start racing hard, all it takes is one bad turn for those dudes both to get sideways, and then Vincent's going to take this one all the way home.
Vincent's got the speed. He qualified second. I mean, we know he can turn a good lap, but can he do it for 20? And can he challenge those leaders? We're about to find out as they are making their way off of turn number 4. The Ford Dark Horse Mustang pace car is going to peel off into pit road. The number 4 Ford of Daniel Miglin is going to lead these guys into the Geico restart zone. And we are going green with 15 laps here in the BSing Sports 250 at Texas. And there it is, Terry Vincent to the inside of Keith Fallon is going to go and get that second spot from him. Behind him, we're going to see Austin Guerrero get to the inside of Fallon and try and challenge and take that spot away. So the teammate help is gone.
Yep. That's what Vincent had to do there. He had to get between them teammates and break them up. That way he can't get blocked. He's got a shot to the leader. Now Guerrero is going to put a lot of pressure on Fallon here. But when Fallon's on the outside, he likes that design. He likes painting that white line on them corners, and that's where Guerrero is also fast. So it'll be it's going to be fun right here.
Yeah, we're seeing
Vincent's got a clear line to him.
Vincent arcing the corner really high off of turn number 2. It's allowing Keith to get a big run. Keith is not lifting this time down the backstretch. He's going to try and get to the inside of the one.
Yep.
Put the pressure on him in the outside lane. The one's going to have to be real easy.
Close him up. Oh, no.
Because you know where that bump is, and that's going to allow the 45 of Guerrero to go inside behind the 40 of Fallon and now try and get the crumbs and work his way to that top spot. Austin Guerrero trying to eat down the inside of Terry Vincent from that Chili's ride, the Dente Chevrolet, the energy drink car versus Chili's for the third spot as Fallon has reclaimed second and Daniel Miglin is running away with 12 laps to go here at Texas.
Yeah, Miglin's not holding back right here. He has got to go. He has got to go. And now that he's got his teammate behind him again, just to slow these guys up enough, I bet you that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, this is exactly what Miglin wants to see in his rearview mirror, is all these guys racing as hard as possible for the second spot. So great job by Keith getting back up there to hold the horse is back, but Tyler Smith is working to the inside of Bryce Keegan. Tyler Smith is trying to make his way into the top 5. What a comeback.
Now we got the teammates. Now we got the teammates, dude. They're going to be lined up.
I want to say, it's going to be a battle now.
Yep, it's
Highline Racing, here they come. Tyler Smith has got his way inside Bryce Keegan, trying to catch his teammate Austin Guerrero in front. Looks like he's going to get him off turn 2. He does.
Now you have to sit here and wonder, how is Tyler Smith not anybody's driver of the day?
I don't know, dude.
I don't know. We're going to do a check-in pretty soon with the driver of the day. We'll have to see who it is. Daniel Miglin is stretching that lead out. Keith Fallon is holding off Terry Vincent like there's no tomorrow.
Boy, Miglin is going to be giving old Fallon
a case of
pay
beer.
raise.
Big old smooch. I tell you what, that dude needs beer after this.
Yes, sir.
It only takes one more yellow to throw a wrench into the day here for Miglin. I don't know if they're going to stay green, as they are battling hard within the top 10 behind them all.
Somebody's in the grass.
We see a car in the grass.
Guerrero.
Looks like Guerrero's in the grass. Oh no, he's going to go hard down pit road.
Ooh. Oh,
There it is. There's the yellow. Back up the racetrack. Oh my gosh. I don't know how that wasn't a yellow.
How is that not a yellow?
He saved it.
He did save it. Somehow, some way. But that's going to give him a black flag for an unsafe entry into pit road because he clipped the pit lane there. So his day is done for Guerrero. Not only the damage, but that's going to throw him a lap down with a penalty. So bad luck there for him. Tyler Smith, that's going to move him up into the 4th spot as now he's looking at the back of Terry Vincent. Bryce Keegan now 5th. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the leaders. We've got Keith Fallon in 2nd behind Miglin. Terry Vincent still in 3rd, trying to catch him.
7 laps to go. I don't know if he can catch him in 7 laps.
No, I don't know.
That would have been a huge caution right there if that would have brought out the caution, because that would have tightened them right back up.
I am very surprised that car did not go all the way back up the racetrack and throw out a yellow.
Well, especially considering he was coming right into, like, P10 with, cars on the lead lap. That should have been thrown.
Yeah. Well, he was
surprising.
Hit the pit wall in there, and then that immediately shot him back out in the track for him to save that, and nobody hit him at least. Oh, that's wild.
There was some big trouble behind. Tyler Smith got hard under the outside wall of turn number 2. That's going to give Bryce Keegan the 4th spot. Tyler Smith now trending backwards as Keegan's going to get around him. Hopefully he doesn't have too much damage. Looks like he's going to try and challenge Bryce as they are still 1, 2, 3 out front.
Yeah, and if you're Terry Vincent, you're just sitting here thinking to yourself, like, God damn it, if I had my teammates out here like Miglin and Fallon, we would be, A-okay. But the fact that these two in the P1 and 2 spots are just working together so well that Vincent's just out here just like, there's nothing for me to do.
Yeah, it's the raw speed that they are showing off, as they are now 0.3 of a second quicker. But Keith Fallon is the fastest man on the racetrack by 1/10.5 over his teammate. So maybe he's starting to hit the gas pedal with 4 to go. Is he going to run him down and challenge for the lead? As we are seeing the gap between them about 0.3 of a second. We'll see if Keith can close that gap.
There has been nobody painting that white line like Keith has all race, dude, and that's what makes it hard to get around him. Is he's so fast down there, and then you can't get around him on the outside, and you can't get lower than him, and he sticks to that white line.
Yeah, Miglin definitely changed his line off of turn 2, tried to arc it a little bit lower off of the corner. I think there's a car stopped on the racetrack. Justin Day looks like he's got an issue. I think he's got to go down pit road with some damage.
Justin's pushing Tyler Smith as well for that spot back there, racing hard.
Yes, he is.
Westendorf got him there. Tyler's going for the crossover behind him. 2 to go. I don't think Vincent has it in the long run.
We're coming to the white.
Does Keith do it? Does Keith run his teammate down?
I don't think he can. The gap's grown.
I think they see the big gap between him and Vincent. I don't think it's worth it. We should bring them both up in the booth at the same time. These guys finished 1-2. They need to both be in here at the same time. We're gonna get the skinny.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Daniel Miglin is making his way into turn number 3 and 4 as he has been the man to beat at Texas. He is going to cross the start-finish line as your race winner, the 4 of Daniel Miglin. Gets it done, followed by Keith Fallon, then Bryce Keegan, Tyler Smith, Joshua Westendorf, Tyler Cadd, Stephen Blevins, Chris Mackey. Then you've got Brian Day, Austin Norris, Danny Jackson, and Justin Mummel. And then Justin Day. What a race. What a job.
That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun, and I was really surprised how green they actually kept this.
Dude, that's what I was about to say. I am shocked that there wasn't more cautions. Like, I know when we ran it last night, it was slick. And these dudes did a fantastic job.
What a burnout from the number 4. He's going to plant that thing right into the wall at the start-finish line and tear it up. Teammate Keith is there in the distance doing a burnout with him for the 1-2. Is now that's going to lock the 2 of them teammates into the playoffs after the first 2 races of the season. Would you believe it?
I think there's going to be some power ranking swaps and some team power ranking swaps. Yes, sir.
Look at the twin burnout there. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
You got to figure how much longer those engines got in them before they blow.
Twinning at Texas.
Oh, man.
Holy smokes. We're going to go ahead and pull up the race results so you can see it as these two are still burning it down. You see Daniel Miglin of Hollywood Performance, Keith Fallon, second place, getting the job done. Terry Vincent, great job on third. Bryce Keegan, fourth. Tyler Smith, comeback of the day for fifth. Speaking of comeback of the day, we're going to have to take a look at the driver of the day voting and see who won it.
Buddy.
We've gotten 99 responses.
Wow,
99.
Dude. That's pretty cool.
That's an
pretty good.
insane amount of responses, and there has been one man that has dominated the vote. And it is the number 92 of Joshua Westendorf in P6.
Oh.
He is your driver of the day fan vote, so we will pull him up for an interview. Let's go ahead and get Joshua up here first for the driver of the day.
Yep, I'm getting him right now.
All right. Joshua, it's Andy and the boys in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, buddy. How you doing?
We're doing good. Surprise, you were voted driver of the day by the field.
Whoa! Driver of the day. I'll take it.
There
Yes,
may be
sir.
some collusion. There may be some collusion in there. Somebody may have voted 100 times, but
I'll take it. I'll
there
take
was there was about 100 votes, and you got 76 of them. I don't know how that happened.
Really?
But somebody shared a lot of love, or you've got a lot of fans out there. So congratulations on the top 10, almost the top 5 finish and driver of the day for you.
Yeah, it was a little tough. It was slippery. It was really slippery. I pounded the fence twice, bent the toe link where the steering was down to at 5-10 per, my wheel was at 10 o'clock type of thing, and it was just a nightmare when it happened. It happened twice, just before that second stage, and then again just before that last caution. I had it, or the caution before the last, I had it happen again, and man, it's tough when that happens. You just fall back and fall back, fall back. I felt like I had a decent car. I don't know if I had top 3 speed, but I definitely was moving, and it felt pretty quick.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you were able to kind of come back from that and get your way into a position to get some points, and hopefully the rest of the season you could get some more votes, and we might hear from you from driver of the day or from a race or a stage win later on. You got any shout outs do you want to make to anybody out there?
Just for everybody that's helping run this thing, you guys broadcasting, people that run the actual league, all that help. It's not something easy to do. Just thanks for everybody for doing that, and I'd like to thank my team for letting me join them. American Motorsports. We had lost one early, but overall I thought we were doing pretty decent tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, especially considering half of the cars on the track did not finish on the lead lap. America Motorsports did really well in that, having all three of you guys on the lead lap. So that is a huge win as a team right there.
Ooh.
We had a fourth, Wesley Biggs. He got caught up in a wreck right after he just used his fast repair,
Yeah.
and it knocked him out. So that was the only one that got out of it, but he will be back. Unfortunately, I won't be around the next 2 weeks. I'm heading on a vacation up to Michigan, enjoying the cool weather away from South Carolina, where it's been 100+ degrees. So ready to go take a vacation away. But I'll be back in 2 weeks, ready to come back and have some fun.
Well, enjoy the
Awesome.
vacation.
All right, man.
Yep,
Thanks,
take it
guys.
easy.
Have a good one.
Yep,
Thank you,
you
guys.
too.
Hey, yep.
Yep. Well, third place finisher tonight was the number 1 of Terry Vincent. We can go ahead and try and dial him up.
He is not in the VC.
He is not in the voice chat. Well, Terry, if we had you for an interview, we'd love to hear from you. Next time, go ahead and join the Discord, and hopefully we can get an exit interview from you. But congratulations on the podium for you. Looks like you had a good race out there, battling the leaders. You were putting on a show, making things interesting, so congrats on third. Let's go ahead and dial up.
Here he is. He
Oh,
came in.
we got him.
We
got him.
Now we're bringing him up.
Get him
We
in there.
found him.
There he
Hey,
is.
Terry,
There he
it's
is.
Andy and the boys in the booth.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's doing all right. Looks like you had a crazy race out there tonight, trying to deal with the 2 guys in front of you. But I wouldn't be too mad if I was in third if I was you.
Oh, I'm completely happy with third. Going in, I was just hoping for a top 15, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your car
Yeah.
looked great in short speed. Your car looked great in short stints. What was going through your mind though for the last 100 laps, where you were literally sitting third, trying to get past Fallon just so you could even have a shot at that P1 spot?
You know, they were hard to catch. Felt like if they can make some mistakes, I'd be able to catch them, but then they'd probably just pull away again.
Yeah, it
Dude,
looked
you
like
had
they
a
were.
fast car all night, dude. Top
They were
5
roping
pretty much
it.
all night. Impressive, because I know it was slick out there, buddy.
It was till about probably lap 120, then it started just like gripping up real good.
Yeah, it
Cooled
looks
down
like
a little
the
bit.
the track temp cooled down about 15 degrees of what it had been as the weather kind of moved along in the sim, and then we saw the lap times kind of scorch down, and you were starting to hang with those guys. Your best lap tonight was a 29.52, but Miglin out there was best lap was a 29.32, so it was kind of hard to stay with their best lap. But your average speed was pretty on point with the 2 of them out front. So hopefully the next mile and a half we can hear from you after you get it right and get the win.
Hopefully so.
All right. Well, congratulations on the podium and good luck to you this season. Is there anybody that you want to make a shout out to that's listening tonight?
My wife should be listening, but she's probably asleep right now. But that's about it.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you, Terry. Thank you for your time, and we can't wait to see you next week.
Yeah, can't wait to see you too.
Yeah, good job, Terry.
I think we should dial up the whole dynamic duo next. I think we
Oh,
should.
yeah,
I think we
that's
should.
it.
We should bring them
Yeah.
both in here because why not?
Both of them, man.
All right.
Both of them. Get them
It's
in
the
here.
1-2 finish from the teammates. It's Daniel and Keith. You guys were a force to be reckoned with out on the racetrack. What was the strategy? Were you helping them, or were you guys actually fighting for a win there?
Well, after the Daytona race, when I won that race, one of the first things I told my entire team, I was like, now y'all got to get a win and get locked into the playoffs. So, you know, right before the end of stage 2, there was a couple of times I probably could have passed them, but I didn't want to push the issue, especially with my teammate. But honestly, after stage 2, well, he was on a rail. It was hard to keep up with him.
Yeah,
Back
you
temp
looked
probably went
fast out
down.
there. You looked fast out there. Towards about 15 laps to go, we noticed that you were, letting off pretty good out of turn 2 just to stay behind him. So we were kind of figuring that you were just kind of toying with him. We were wondering if you guys were ever going to take the gloves off, but it seems like you had a pretty good, straightforward motto of, hey, when we get to the playoffs, if all of our teammates are in the playoffs, this is going to be great.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, once we get to the playoffs, gloves are off.
Oh boy.
But it's right now. It's all about getting our entire team in the playoffs. Like I said, I actually tried to get a little bit closer to him. I couldn't there towards the end. But props to him. He learned this track throughout the whole race and got quicker and quicker and quicker.
That's what we saw as the track temps cooled off. Daniel's actually in here with you in this interview. So you hear that, Daniel? Your teammate was back there actually trying to get you, and he just couldn't get it done. Congrats on the win, buddy.
Yeah, always appreciated to have a great teammate. Yeah, by the end of the race, the experimentation phase was over. I was just trying to do the same lap over and over and over and over.
Yeah,
and it
for
worked.
sure.
You were cooking with no draft help. Just running that clean air. As Keith was saying, he couldn't even keep up with you. That you figured it out pretty damn quick.
Yeah, we were just sitting there terrified that another caution would come out. Thank goodness it didn't.
It almost did. It was really close. There was a car that went through pit road and hit the inside retaining wall, came back on the racetrack, locked the brakes up, and didn't cause a wreck. But with 7 to go, you guys almost had another re-rack there. It was close. You'll have to watch that one back.
Yeah,
Thank God it didn't happen.
Yeah, I think there was a restart there. I think Vincent got in between y'all, and I said, "Uh-oh." I was like, "Here's where we're gonna see Keith dial it in and get back up there to his teammate." And sure enough, you did.
Yep,
I knew you were fast, Keith, because
yesterday we got caught.
Yesterday, we got a front row seat to that one.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping the track temps to stay up a little bit more. I think I run my best when it's around 105 to 115. I think at the end of the race it was like 80 degrees. But again, I couldn't be more proud of the team. Couldn't be proud of my teammate. He did everything right. He got a little loose one time, and I got loose at the same time. But other than that, I mean, he was hitting his marks, doing everything right. I can't be more proud.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Aww.
Keith, you got a shout out to make to anybody listening?
Yeah, big shout out to my dad. He was watching the first half, but he's an old man, so he's got to go to bed. He'll definitely finish it tomorrow when he wakes up. And then big thanks to my sponsor, Prince Automotive. Growing up, they were a big influence on me and let me and my dad go to racetracks a lot together. And great company. Can't thank them enough. And then also my wife. I love her. And thanks for putting up with me and letting me do this.
Aw, so sweet, so sweet. What about you, Daniel?
I want to have a beer with you at some point. Keith, you sound like somebody that I could have. I really enjoy a good frosty beverage with.
Daniel, have a beer.
Your boy, Jerry Bear here. Old Garrett got engaged today. I don't know if y'all heard that.
He did.
Oh, nice! Congrats.
Thank you.
Now he's gonna have to get permission to iRace now more.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I think.
Yeah, we're not sure yet. We'll figure that one out.
Oh boy, Daniel, you got any shout outs you want to make to anybody listening?
Yeah, big shout out to my wife, who I accidentally locked out of the room and spent about 30 minutes waiting for me to be done in the bathroom. Thank you to my teammate for helping push me to a win here, and shout out to sponsor Team Watson Racing Setups.
Heck yeah, awesome. Well, congratulations.
Fixed setup league, but I'd be running TWRS if it wasn't.
Wow. Well, congratulations to you guys on a 1-2. It couldn't be much of a better story for the team tonight for you guys after going out there and absolutely putting on a clinic. So we might be seeing more of that at the 1.5 ovals as we get going through the season, and hopefully you guys can keep Terry Vincent in the rear view because he's hungry back there. You guys better keep up the practice and keep after it because he's going to be looking at the film and seeing what he needs to do better for the next one.
That's the hope.
Oh,
So,
I
I gotta ask.
me nervous.
I gotta ask: is y'all's plan going into next week to get Jamin Bernhardt up to the front and you guys run 1, 2, 3?
Well, it'd be in a road course.
Next week we'll see, but the week after for sure.
All right. Well,
my goal is to finish the race next week and not leave the track at any point in time.
That's going to be tough. Road courses are always a new challenge that you face in the sim, and I think that's going to be exciting for this league to see some different guys maybe emerge from the field and show some different skill sets.
Yeah, it definitely should be fun.
Yep, for sure. Well, congratulations to you guys on the 1-2. We're going to let you guys go so you can celebrate. It was awesome seeing the twin burnout out there. That's pretty neat. We got some good images of that. So enjoyed watching you guys put on the clinic, and have a great rest of your week, and we'll hear from you soon throughout the season.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Appreciate the broadcast.
Boys.
Yep.
No problem.
Oh boy, folks. Well, that is going to end this race here at Texas. That was not as long as I thought it was going to be. It was actually a little bit, quicker than the last one. So we had Miglin and Fallon finishing 1-2, Terry Vincent 3rd, Bryce Keegan 4th, Tyler Smith in 5th, Joshua Wessendorf 6th, Tyler Cadd 7th, Steve Levins 8th, Chris Mackey 9th, Brian Day in 10th.
Austin Norris in 11th, Danny Jackson 12th, Justin Mummel 13th, Justin Day 14th, Ryan McClurg 15th, Brian Viljek 16th, Brian Matthews 17th, Austin Guerrero fell to 18th, Jonathan Day 19th, Dennis Halo comes in at 20th.
So we're just going to redo Brian Bosick so he doesn't murder us when he watches us back over at 16th. Sitting in P21, this is where we start getting into cars that just got collected in wrecks and already used their fast repair and had to put them down. Michael Prince was running really good in the 31 Tide car. He's at 21st. Ryan Castleberry, he couldn't figure out turn 2 and got that old Bosick sway going with him. He ended up Michael Prince was 21. Ryan Castleberry is 22. Wesley Biggs, another one that got collected but was running pretty fast for a good chunk of that race at the beginning, sitting in 23. Nolan McClurg is somebody that was running good until he got loose going into turn 3, I believe. Started grid 6, and he's going to finish off the race at 24th.
Yep, that is going to do it for tonight. We hope that each and every one of you at home enjoyed this race. We hope you guys all have a great rest of your week. Thank you for tuning into Side Draft Racing League here on YouTube or Twitch. Thanks for liking, subscribing, following the channel, keeping up the views, boosting the content for these drivers so that way they get more viewership every single week, and voting for Driver of the Day. We appreciate that, and we hope you guys all enjoyed the BSing Sports Bets 250 here at Texas for Side Draft Racing League. We are going to be back next Monday night. We'll go ahead and plug the schedule up for you. That way you guys can see it. We are going to be at Road Atlanta for a 40-lap event. It's shorter, but it is a road course, so expect the same amount of time, potentially. I don't know about how long a lap is in these cars at Road Atlanta, but I'm assuming it's going to be a long one. Stages are 10, 25, and then we'll be racing to the end at 40. So we'll see a totally different look from the field as we head there next week. We hope each and every single one of you have a great week. Thank you for tuning in to Side Draft Racing. This is Andy, Jarrett,